Only the ruins of a garden, not a single rose within. You'd evidently returned from the past. In the garden, weeds grew taller than people. You found it difficult to look at. The wolf howled in the distance. The children, the sea of roses. The white-haired girl, they were all nowhere to be found. You and the maid who called you master were the only people present in the mansion. What happened to them next? Oh, master, you'd know better than I. You can't remember? It seems this is quite serious then. Worry not, my loyalty lies with you, master. Are we the man? Are we Mel? The mansion has witnessed more. Let's make our way to the second door. Your hand in hers, the maid guided you back through the kitchen and into the tea room. Her palms were still cold and you felt as though you were clenching ice. You should know the truth no matter what may be hidden within. Suppose so. Or if it's something you'd be happier not knowing, would you rather remain in the dark? That's so. I wonder about their father. Yes, the flaxen-haired sibling's father. Do you think he knew about the white-haired girl? If he did, perhaps he allowed her to stay because of how deeply he loved his wife. Or maybe because he didn't want people to find out about her. I expect he too experienced many different emotions. But those pages of his story remain untold. Their parents likely had a turbulent tale as well, but theirs is not of consequence. To whom? Well, couldn't tell you. You and the maid crossed through the entrance hall, continuing your trek. At some point, the fire in the fireplace faded to embers, emphasizing the lack of light within the mansion. The maid took a candlestick and lit it in the cinders. A small flame illuminated her pale face, and on a whim you asked the maid about herself. Me? Oh, I'm a maid to your service, master, as I've said. What was that? You're interested in my name? Well, flatter me. I do truly appreciate the question, but you are more than welcome to simply call me the maid. It would also make me much happier to hear you say my name after you've recalled who you are. A subtle smile rose to the maid's face, after which she began to lead you down a first-floor corridor. Still holding the maid's hand, you passed in front of a full-length mirror. In it reflected the warm light of the candle, which disappeared out of range shortly thereafter. Oh my, is something the matter? Come across something peculiar? The maid had not appeared in the mirror. Though she was not the only one without a reflection, neither of us possess a reflection. You reached the end of the corridor. There appeared to be a doorway, but the door itself was long since gone, leaving only a hole in the wall to frame the stairs behind it. Without hesitation, the maid descended into the darkness. You have more interest in this mansion, master, than a mere maid, do you not? Though it pains me to say as much in your presence, master, this home is a curse. Yes, a curse that runs deep. As you just bore witness to, the majority of those who dwell within these walls fall into misfortune. I've served here for many years, and periods of happiness are as fleeting as a sugar cube in a cup of hot tea. Why did such tragedies befall them? If I were to guess, master, because you had not returned? When you remember your true self, the mansion's curse should be broken. The next door is before us. It appeared to be the entrance to a cellar. The disconsolate wooden door was visibly rotten in several places, and it seemed it might crumble at a single touch. You could hear the sound of something devouring meat beyond the door. Maybe there was a beast living with it. Before you had a chance to say you thought it was something dangerous, the maid opened the door with a chilling smile on her face. Your first impression was that it smelled of blood. Door number 2. Okay, there's gonna be a subtitle that flashes up, right? Second door. 1707, 100 years later. Damn, we are not continuing this story whatsoever. Unless they are intending to wait until we recall all our memories and then play us the actual ending of all the stories so we can figure out what actually happens. The mansion sat in ruins in that era. Not a soul resided within. The grandeur of the house was lost to the ages. It was in perpetual decline. Not a flower grew in the garden. Dust and dirt blackened the plaster. Cobwebs blanketed the corridors. Ivy shrouded the outer walls. Not a pleasant sight. So, like, I liked the first story. But I would kind of like it to continue in some way. It feels like I wrote we saw a romantic tragedy and then we didn't get, like, the ending. Or the denouement. Like, it doesn't have to be a happy ending. But, like, what happens next? Like, there was clearly a few extra scenes that we could have used. that seem absent. Alright. We'll see. We gotta reserve judgment. It's only like the first day of this VN, right? As hard as I tried to fight it, I couldn't stop the mansion's descent into disrepair. The depth of the previous owner's grief, or perhaps despair, was far too much. Alright, here we go, Mike. After the beautiful flaxen-haired family, people stayed away from the mansion. They had no heirs, so their bloodline simply vanished into the depths of history. It had been about 50 years since the house last had a resident. The forlorn property appeared as though it had been abandoned for centuries, and the occasional villager who stumbled upon it didn't remain there for more than a day. My time there was rather solitary. It was perhaps the loneliest time of my life. Incomplete explanation. The house itself is less interesting, and the maid did not have an interesting role in the first story to make you interested in what the maid is about. I get that the maid's like immortal, but that was like stated in like the first 2 chapters where she's like, oh yeah, like I'm still here back in these days. And then we pop 100 years later and she comments like, you know she's immortal, we get that. I would like a little bit more. Okay. Let's go. Everyone who visited the mansion feared it was left without anyone to become its master. I even came to believe that my time serving as a maid would come to an end in this era. However, one day I noticed something out of the ordinary. As a servant to the house, I'm almost immediately aware of any new presence within its walls. There appeared to be someone downstairs. Can you imagine just how delighted I was? Though part of me was anxious about what kind of person I might find, the possibility it could be you had my heart aflutter. Resisting the urge to rush, I headed for the basement. The cellar was where red wine, smoked meat, and other preserved foods were kept. By that point, the wine was practically antique. As I expected, a man had made his way into the cellar. Is anyone there? Although I'm unsure if referring to him as a man is entirely accurate. Oh my, it's quite something. The very first thing I sensed was an almost unbearable stench. The odor emanated from the man, heightened by the food he had carelessly rummaged through. Blood-red liquid spilled from wine barrels, soaking the floor. His sunken eyes had a piercing wolf-like glimmer in them, and his teeth were sharp and yellowed, visible as he ripped into a chunk of meat. He grumbled in a seemingly inhuman tongue. I was looking at a beast. Or perhaps a half-beast. There was another source of odor in the room, though. It had something of a metallic tinge to it, and when I noticed this, I nearly passed out. The red liquid was not just wine, as I assumed. The beast had, I presume, stolen a weapon from the village. A sword, far too nice for him, lay on the floor by his side. I could hardly imagine how many people's lives he had taken with that blade. It was visibly wet with blood, and even in the darkness of the cellar, but at the same time, had an imposing gleam. The fine, luscious aroma of the wine could not mask the stench of blood and the beast. Holding my breath, I took a few moments to ponder. What? Oh, master, you... Tell me, you're summoned here by the mansion? Come here knowing what kind of place this is. If you're in want of money, you're welcome to help yourself to some of the furniture. I imagine the villagers would be willing to welcome you if you dressed yourself up a little bit more of a person. You can trade furniture for food and make your way into a larger town. The wolf was able to fool the innocent little girl simply by putting on clothing, after all. Oh dear, I'm afraid you wouldn't understand. What am I to do? I was in quite the predicament. Nevertheless, it meant a great deal to me that I'd found someone who didn't fear the mansion, be they human or beast. So I decided I should give him my assistance while doing my best not to agitate him. Hey, could you perchance be my new master? Mansion sat near the ocean. Say it was perched on a cliff might make it sound rather intimidating, but you could see the beautifully clear sky through the windows, a glimmering expanse of emerald and if the mansion had been in proper condition, it would have been breathtaking against the backdrop. I even wanted to plant orange trees in the garden. Though it was a tumultuous era, The sun still shone bright upon the land, which only served to emphasize the house's sightliness. Perhaps I should give you some more background information. At the period in time, a war had just drawn to a close. The once gorgeous wetlands were infested with crows picking at decaying remains. Bodies of soldiers fallen in battle continually washed up on the shores of coastal villages. The people wanted nothing more than for the curtain to draw on that deeply political contest. When it finally did, the kingdom, with its rich, fertile shores, was stripped of its independence, beginning a new era under new rule. The people were exhausted, their spirits wasted away, and the splendor of the ocean and sky did not to help. In my mind, the beast was emblematic of the times, emaciated and enveloped in the scent of blood. But the war came to an end, and thus the beast did not have to remain a beast, I thought. Did he? Did he? And so I endeavored to make the beast more human. First, I needed to do something about his appearance. I draw a bath, scrub away the filth, and dress him in clothing left in the mansion. However, having sat unused for 50 years, the majority of garments had been devoured by insects and were of little use. So I searched the mansion top to bottom for anything the beast could wear, picked up some coals, and set to work ironing what I found. At that time, steam irons had not yet been invented. We used plates of iron heated with coals, somewhat resembled kettles. I even prepared meals for the beast in order to teach him proper table manners. Although with the mansion in a nearly uninhabitable state of disarray, there was only so much I could do in the kitchen. The only supplies I had to work with were what was left in the cellar. As such, I wasn't able to put to use the cooking skills I'd learned in the flaxen-haired family's time. I know. You must eat with your hands. You want to get your fingers and face dirty? Eat using a knife and fork. Like this. I feel like I'm teaching a young child. Oh my, what are you holding your head for? Oh dear. Perhaps I should be teaching you to speak before table manners. Worry not, we have plenty of time. You need to act so frightened. Perhaps you don't want to be understood. Be so kind as to tell me your name. You are, for now, still a guest. Too soon for me to call you master. Or am I mistaken? Name. That's what people call you. How about I start by telling you my name? I'm called Beast. Bestia or Beastia? Bestia. We're doing Bestia. Bestia. Name is Bestia. That's what I shall call you, Bestia. My, you seem rather perplexed as to how I was still alive. He had in fact attempted to cause me harm, however, I'm a servant of the house. The beast called himself Bestia. It's a curious thing. When I learned his name, he seemed to take on new importance in my mind. Not a mere beast, but a thing called Bestia. Master, should I ever have the chance to hear your name, I'm certain you shall become more substantial a presence. You must always remember, Master. Not remember your name, and you never know mine. You've always held a special place in my heart. And thus began my tranquil days with Bestia. Slowly, he began to learn the human tongue. I was, to be quite honest, rather thrilled. To be certain, I was afraid of the beast. My fear was not so strong as my elation that there was someone else in the mansion, someone to whom I could speak, and someone that might become my master. Come now, you must pull weeds out at the root, or they will soon grow back. A task that requires perseverance. Do it like this, see? There you go. Oh, did you not expect? Happens. What appears to be many plants on the surface is actually all connected with the soil. It's a task that requires a man's strength. If there were other servants, they could do it. I apologize for making you tend to the garden in future. Or perhaps now that you're all dressed up, you wish to leave and find someone to fool, as the wolf did the sweet little girl. Have you no interest in remaining in such a disheveled home? Go on. Not want to leave, alright then. Oh my, is that so? No. You should stay, I shan't stop you. On the contrary, I'll gladly attend to you. I'm waiting for the person who's to become my master. Forever waiting. I should be able to watch over you until the day you depart this world, old and... Do you not believe me? Are you interested in becoming the master of this home? I have to wonder if you know what you're saying. Although it matters little whether you do or not. Oh my, look at that. What are we looking at? Ah, now this brings back memory. Oh, the rose. You know what a rose is? The flower. Do not know. I see. Allow me to teach you. What you have here is not a real rose. Real rose is wilted or sleeping in the soil. It is called an accessory. It's something women wear. Beast held an ornamental white rose in his hands, an object someone sometime meant to give to someone else. Curiously, the white rose was just as stunning as it had been the day it was made, despite being buried in the earth for so many years. Dear roses make wonderful... He stared intently at the decorative rose. I presumed the beast would either discard it disinterestedly or destroy it. Much to my surprise, he held it gently in his hands as though it was something precious to him. Chance, considering giving this to... Ah, so you are not. Farewell. Is there someone else you would like to give... In a moment, a thought floated through my mind. The thing I found in a pool of blood in the cellar was a monstrous creature indeed, but perhaps that was not, at his core, what he truly was. I asked him a question. What is it you desire, Bestia? Mansion fulfills people's desires. You yearn for something. Peace. Feel a beast. Eating sand. Are you really that hungry? Foul creature. Beast. Stay the hell back. Get any closer? Filthy beast. And I'll kill you. Several days passed by. As Bestia began to act more like a person, the mansion followed suit, slowly becoming more habitable, though not yet back to its former glory. No flowers grew in the garden, but neither were there weeds infesting it. The dusty corridors, shattered windows, rust-covered kitchen gradually returned to their proper states. How do you fix the window? You have backup glass panes? Or is it just magic, like it slowly restores itself? Bestia learned to change his own clothes, how to draw a bath. No longer did I have to wait on him hand and foot. He could take care of a number of things by himself. If we lacked for food, he acquired from the forest. Never did he go to purchase supplies from the village. Rather, captured hares and gathered herbs hidden in the overgrowth. There were days without incident. And though such a life may be wont for excitement, this is something you mustn't take for granted. Those who have cast it aside, finding the leisurely flow of time dull, only those who have never experienced it truly know how precious it is. Bestia appeared to be content. He wore an expression of solitary serenity. Someone, is anyone there? And then one day a crack formed in the uneventful tranquility. Anyone in there? Could you part with some food? I don't need much. Food and water, just a little, that's all I need. Bestia looked over at me as if seeking my aid. Ironic, no? The visitor who was truly in need of aid. I pondered it for a moment, deciding I could not simply turn away someone calling upon the mansion. Had Bestia ordered me to not let him in, I would have followed his instructions, but he said nothing. Oh, thank God, someone's here. I was afraid it was deserted. You said you were in need of sustenance? Doesn't have to be much. Anything to quench this thirst. Got lost. It's been several days. In a few minutes I'll find. Deep, firm voice came from behind me. I was quite startled. When had the beast I learned to act so much like a human? When had he learned to speak so clearly and to behave so much like a master? Upon seeing Bestia, a look of terror appeared across the wanderer's face for a moment. In my eyes, Bestia was the very image of a head of the house, but to an outsider he probably appeared to be nothing more than a beast in man's clothing. Her hair, heel in bed. I suspect he's quite tired. Thank you. Time, the fear drained from the man's face. Bestia sat precariously on the border between man and beast. Though he still had his doubts, the wanderer revised his first impression, deciding Bestia was human. Well, that's a success, right? As the wolf had fooled the little girl in the forest, he too had succeeded in playing the role of man. Thought I was a goner for a while there. You really came to the rescue. You like this on top of that? You really didn't have to. Well, I guess it's not an appropriate thing to say as I'm eating. What kind of meat is this? Hair. Oh, it's damn tender for rabbit. Here, I thought it was beef. You're quite the skilled chef. You the one who cooked this? Your wife? Oh no, I'm merely a servant. Female servant, huh? Do that very often? Mansion's full of surprises, I can hardly believe it. Lost for days, and as soon as I think I'm dead, there it is. Thinking back on it now, it's kind of miraculous. How are you two living alone in a house on a cliff? Oh, I beg your pardon. Asking so many questions without telling you about myself. My apologies, a little too excited to finally see other people. I'm a merchant, I do international trade. Until a few years back, spice exports pretty much all came from one place. But now that they've established trade routes, my country's fighting tooth and nail to push its exports. In fact, some have lost a few teeth in the fight already. But that's just how it works. It's a cutthroat world, you do what you must to survive, right? That's just how it works, the merchant said, a sorrowful look on his face. He was quite clearly putting on a show, though. Confidence in himself and his homeland radiated from the man. He came to this land to do business, but much to my chagrin, I somehow ended up lost in the forest. If I wandered around for much longer, I would have lost the chance to see my beloved again. Good. Yes, sir, I'm constantly out on business, so we only get to see each other a few times a year. But she always waits for my return. I'd like to introduce you to her if you ever get a chance. She's a pretty girl, if not especially striking. That's a merchant was a man of many words, and I, for one, did not mind a lively supper table. Though I don't know how Bestia felt, at the very least. I was glad we had invited the Wanderer into the mansion. He was, after all, holding a proper conversation with someone, and he seemed to be having a success at concealing his piercing beast-like gaze. However, alright, I stopped by the village before entering the forest, and heard a bone-chilling tale there. As soon as the merchant brought up the subject, a palpable tension spread through the room. Say, there have been sightings of a beast. A creature unlike anything anyone's seen before. Not a wolf or a bear or anything like that. In fact, the village once killing several people. The men managed to drive it out. But the creature is still alive. Nothing in this world scarier than a vicious beast. Keep an eye out. Wouldn't want to accidentally let a murderous beast into your home. The villagers insisted, so I had the smithy forge me a knife. Well, yeah, I got it on me. Only good to defend myself with, but it's better than that knife. That knife. You're gonna kill me with that knife. Stab me again and again with that knife, like they did last time. Why you're here, isn't it? Wait, Tucker, what's gotten into you? Stab and stab. What are you worried about? I'm not going to hurt you with this. Oh, he's roaring now. What did you say? I like to imagine that before the wolf ate the poor little girl, he said, "This is what I always looked like." Beast. What's your problem? What's wrong? Talk like a human. Stop, stay back. Get away. Get closer, I'll stab you. Act like you only really just realized I'm a beast. That's right, I am a beast. Kill them. Stay back, I'll do the same to you. Help! In his hand, Bestia held a sword. Perhaps it had been hidden under the table or maybe behind his chair. Regardless, it was as though he expected this to happen. The merchant kicked aside a chair, attempting to flee, but Bestia closed the distance. Bestia would make more sense, but anyway. There's no A. Bestia closed the distance in an instant, knocking him back. He lost his balance and slammed against the wall, but still he made to escape. Oh, the beast stood blocking his path. No, please stop this. Don't kill me, my beloved's waiting for me back home. I can't leave her behind. And why should I care? See? A dreadful scream echoed through the dining room. I reflexively covered my ears. Please help someone, anyone! One's coming for you. This mansion's a long way from town. Oh, where is she? Why isn't she here? She was just... Ah! You'll kill me if I don't kill you. So I must show you I'm serious. I must kill you or you won't understand. If I don't show you firsthand, you won't understand. I'll make you understand, and make your flesh and bones understand. Kill. I'll kill you. And he's gone. Kill you. Right, I am. A beast. Well, that guy's gone. Oh. It's still going. He's still laughing. He's still laughing. Auto proceeding. Laughter just doesn't end. He doesn't stop laughing. Oh, I've been enjoying peaceful meal around the table just a minute. What had triggered this? If I were to guess, the merchant saying the word knife is what caused the beast to snap. A small, simple thing set him off. I couldn't comprehend it. Bestia, who said he wished for peace, was staring down at the ravaged corpse of the merchant with a look of ecstasy on his face. Master, can you understand how we felt? Even just a little? Did he not yearn for peace, but for slaughter? Alright, that's it for today's shopping. What an odd outfit. Alright. Now then, what are we waiting for? Time. Nothing better than having a ham sandwich in the park. I should lower my voice when I'm talking to myself. Sad, I can't help myself. They didn't set the year for this. Does the weather have anything to do with talking to one? Not important. Food, food, food. Over here it would taste even better. I wonder when I'll get to... Pauline! There you are. Oh dear, what got you so frazzled, Mom? Pauline? Something happened? What's the matter, Mom? Mom? Pauline. It isn't like you, Mom. It's not like you at all. What happened? I told you to stay away from men who trade. Pauline, my dear daughter. How must God be so cruel to such a... Hurting me, Mom. You're hurting me, Mom. Don't squeeze tonight. What's gotten into you? Why is it playing this scene? I don't want to be like super irritated, but this makes no sense. We got through like those super short... I mean, I guess she's going to the mansion next. She has to be going to the mansion next because getting an ending to the story is really stupid. There is like basically no investment in this story, and they're doing an actual ending. The first story didn't have an ending. It's like the weirdest thing. Or had like a short and abrupt ending. We'll go with short and abrupt. Like the first one had a short and abrupt ending. That means either theirs is really short and they're doing a long ending to make up for that, or coming to the mansion, right? What's gotten into you? Carefully, Pauline. Must be calm and hear me out, understood? Lover, the beloved man you wait for. How would you know he's dead? And he's a traveling merchant that wandered off course and got killed in a mansion that no one has seen in 50 years. Or sorry, 100 years. It's been abandoned for 50. He's presumed dead. Missing, presumed dead. Beast's humanity began slipping away from him after that encounter. He had returned to the thing I found in the cellar. Actually, he prowled the mansion's halls looking more barbaric than ever. But all the effort he put into learning to act like a human, he now ripped the velvet curtains off the wall, howling shrilly, stomping back and forth through the hallways, ravaging the garden. I watched him intently, though, from a distance. Guessed he was not merely a beast, but an out-of-control, bloodthirsty thing. A few days ago, we'd been tending the garden together, but that was no longer possible. I was quite disappointed. Eventually, Bestia discovered my hiding place. I hadn't felt regret in a long time, but I felt a deep regret in that moment.
Oh. More. I satisfy these urges.
Saying peace is not enough to say to you. Did I mishear you when you asked for...
Mistaken. Asking for peace solves nothing. Blood, despair, eyes filled with terror. These are the things I need, and I've always known it. Did this mansion fulfill his desires, then? Give me prey. Give no more hairs. Live human.
Why did I teach him just human language? Before long, the mansion granted his wish. Once a week, a villager or a traveling merchant from somewhere would wander into the forest, ending up at the mansion on the cliff. Though something felt suspicious about the man who greeted them at the door, on the surface he looked like a proper nobleman. They all eventually chose to trust Bestia. The mansion had an air of loneliness about it, but it was adequate to provide rest for their weary feet. There was food and a bed, and most comforting of all, there were other people. The lord of the house treated the lost souls like esteemed guests. He poured them fine wine, had me cook for them. No one suspected in the slightest he was a beast. He put on a reasonably convincing act. Because yes, I taught him how to behave like a master. The visitors all went to bed contented, but as I'm sure you can imagine, they would never see the light of day again. Penetratingly brief sunlight particular to this area. A beast, a beast! Disgusting. You hideous monster. Kill him! That you humans want to do? Play your little game. I'll play it better than you. I'll kill you. I'll slaughter you. Please don't! That's it. Cry for me. Beg for your life. Pray for my mercy. Weep, struggle, suffer, and die. No one can possibly understand my despair. What did I do? Because I'm a beast? When did I become a beast? Why do beasts have to die? They're savage and they must die. If I'm a beast, therefore I'm savage. In which case, kill them. And show them what makes a beast so terrifying. Alright. Moonlight crept through the torn velvet curtains, shining down upon the blood-soaked beast. It was a sight that would incite terror in anyone. This none can stand up to. Humans have no chance against beasts. Okay. Oh. Oh. The mansion continued to sate the beast's demented craving, sending not one but multiple villagers into his claws, into these blood-stained walls off which echoed his monstrous howls. He's a big despair. Oh god. Sorry, I'm not familiar with your god. Beasts have no need of gods. Okay. Wife and son back to the village. Let me return to them. Why don't you bring them back to me? I'll send them to the place you're going. Child, please let me go. Are you now? In that case, the baby goes first. Monster? That's right, I'm a monster. And by killing, none can defy me. I have to show the world that beasts are the most frightening things on this earth. The beast began to change his style, making sick banquets out of his kills. Some days he'd tie his guests up in the cellar, playing with them for hours until they finally died. Some days he'd drain them with their blood and bathe in it. Some days he'd spread them out on the table and feast on them. Every week another atrocious party. He did everything imaginable. As a faithful servant of the house, I'm confident I can do most anything I'm asked. So you can surely imagine my surprise at having to use the cooking skills I learned while serving the flaxen-haired family to do that. I can only wonder if it actually tasted any good. Bestia's peculiar sword was always with him for his twisted banquets of self-gratification. However much blood stained it, it never lost its sheen. It was as though the sword drank of the flesh of humans. Master, can you imagine how wretched I felt? The mansion, once a beautiful sight to behold, reeked of death and acrimony. A stench of rotting flesh seeped up from the cellar. Even the years it spent forsaken and in ruins were preferable to that. Or perhaps I only had myself to blame. It was I who invited the beast into the mansion. Oh, not enough. Not enough to satisfy me. Bestia still sought to hold more of his perverse parties. Lost villagers were no longer enough to quell his urges. He was indeed a genuine beast, and in time this is what he began to wish for. Can't you get me better prey? Something truly exquisite. Perfect prey to quench this maddening thirst of mine. You know what he meant when he asked for the perfect prey, Master? Perhaps a hero, perhaps someone courageous enough to stand up to him with whom he could enjoy a battle to the death. Perhaps a dazzling nymph to satisfy his other primal urges. Or perhaps what he wanted was not human at all, but a demon or a phantom. I'd soon find out as the mansion attempted to grant his wish, bringing yet another guest to the house on the cliff. Okay. Beastark, probably. Beastark definitively worse than the previous one. So far, but it could be interesting. The devil guides us, and perhaps I could accept this with fate. Is anyone there? I've lost my way. Would you mind to spare me a little food? Or a little off? Never learn. Keep coming again. Mansion keeps granting my... Glad to provide you some food. You're welcome to stay the night. Get some rest. I'll have a room prepared. I suppose I shall take up on your generosity. I've been wandering for a very, very long time. What's that, Master? Recognize her? Imagine you would. White hair, those red eyes, skin the color of freshly fallen snow. A flawlessly beautiful visage. You couldn't possibly mistake her for anyone else. And no, it's not someone who happens to resemble her. I can understand why you'd be surprised, Master. First, I could hardly believe my own eyes. The wanderer knocking on the door that day was the very same fair skin who visited the mansion so many years. The white-haired girl must have spent many a night in the forest. Crystalline skin was covered in red scratches from where she'd brushed against stray branches and tree bark. She even lost her shoes, standing there barefoot, looking quite disheartened. It didn't make her any less beautiful. In fact, you could just imagine the dense forest canopy parting to allow the sun to shine down upon. The beast appeared surprised by her angelic beauty as well. It seemed as though all the madness drained from him in that moment. He said nothing, but his eyes told all. He was entranced by the sight of her ruby red irises and her pure white hair. Pardon? I would be something to quench my happy. But as I said, it was only for a moment. Oh, imagine how gratifying it would be, such a beautiful woman, writhing in the throes of death. Follow me, I'll have a bath thrown as well. Once the moment had passed, the beast was barely able to contain the wellspring of madness within himself. He wanted nothing more than to run his sword through the white-haired girl at that very instant, to torture her, defile her. He tended to her wounds, served her supper, and drew a bath for her. Afterwards, the beast even made to provide her with a dress to wear. Even the outfit she had only worn for one night, so many years before, was there, waiting for someone to put it on again, for her to put it on once. He said she could choose anything she liked, and she, being such a modest young woman, said she needed not such fine attire. What a shame it was. I too wished to see her in a dress once. Fine clothes. That's not why. Are they not to your liking, then? No, my apologies. Very generous. This girl smiling and calling me generous. I was simply imagining what a pretty sight it would be. The sight of her fresh blood splattered on it. The sight of her life slipping away in it. Glad after wandering so long I ended up here in this mansion. A few hours she'll be feeling the exact opposite. And all the rest you need. Again in the morning. Thank you. Stia then made his way out of the girl's bedchamber. His mask came crumbling off only after taking a few steps. That's precisely what I wanted. Just imagining how a beautiful woman will scream, how she'll beg for her life. Hey, are you there? The mansion has given me the perfect offering. Hey, you're not here? Someone there. I came to ask if there's... I cannot offer you anything extravagant, not like before, but I'm here to provide you with anything in my offer, but I need being allowed to stay the night's more than work here in the mansion. I've been here for a very, very long time. Long time. Oh. I think that's an odd question, but before? Something about you seemed... I get the feeling I've been in this... I have met. Quite some time ago, though. It was an unimaginably long time ago. You remember a boy and a girl with flaxen hair? I apologize. My memory fails me. Do you not remember me? I see. Probably not push yourself to remember then. There were joyous times. There were less than joyous times. Would you be so kind as to answer one question? What might your name be? Name is Beep. You are Ken. Get some rest. I'll make tea for you in the morning. Also, go on, close your eyes. Bestia never waited for morning to come. With his sword that smelled of blood hanging from his hip, the beast slowly, ever so slowly, crept towards the room where the white-haired girl slept. Time was soon approaching for the bloodthirsty beast to paint the walls with the young woman's blood, to turn her bedchamber into a gore-splattered altar upon which he would offer her to the devil. However, when he opened the door, the beast could hardly believe his eyes. He wasn't asleep, but sitting there as if expecting his arrival.
Why are you awake? Did you not go to sleep?
Footsteps, so I...
What were you planning to do when I got here? Surely you didn't think we'd simply have a nice midnight chat?
So I meant to ask what it was you want.
Ask what it was I wanted? Do you even realize what you're saying? Can you not see what's in my hand? I know exactly what I came here to do. Aren't you going to beg? Plead for your life? Aren't you going to ask me not to kill you?
It's necessary. But is that what you want?
I wanted something much more gratifying than your pleas. I want a banquet. Not enough. No matter what I do, it's not enough. You'll be enough to satisfy me, to quench this unholy thirst. Completely holy, fill me to the bursting point. Do you know what I desire? I desire to devour you.
Bestia shoved the girl back, slamming her into the mattress. He then stabbed his sword through the sheath beside her, looking down upon the girl, moonlight at his back. Clenching her slender throat with one hand, he drew his sword once more, holding the tip but inches from her nose. No matter how much blood it drank, the sword continued to shine gloriously as though it had just come from the forge. It was an awe-inspiring, tear-shedding blade, the sight of which would cause anyone to imagine the misfortune about to befall them.
Go on, mock me. Ridicule this hideous barbaric beast standing before you. The moment you saw me, you thought me unsettling, no? You averted your eyes. I had food for you. I gave you a place to rest. Pretended not to notice the beast. It's retribution. Retribution for you damned humans. Beg for your life like they all do. Plead for mercy.
Say you're ugly? Must be really ugly. Came from the girl's mouth was neither a plea nor an insult, or a scream. Full-grown men had wept before him, yet this slight young woman did not. Despite this terrifying beast being upon her, moments away from extinguishing her life, even I almost shrieked in fright. Bestia could not believe his eyes nor his ears.
Hear me? Do you not see what I'm about to do?
What am I to be afraid?
I'm threatening to murder you. Rip your intestines out with these claws and watch you die in agony. I enjoy it more than anything in the world. Filling others' hearts with fear. The more lives I take, the more I enjoy it. A beast driven by madness.
What he expected was for the beautiful girl before him to desperately implore him for mercy. He wanted nothing more than to see despair seep into every corner of her eyes. For he believed it would be a truly sublime moment, euphoria unlike anything he had experienced before. Bestia prodded her with his singular sword, poking a split in skin smoother than silk. You need to take mercy on me, as you see, pitiful. What she didn't do as the beast wished. He looked up at him with sympathy rather than fear. Growled the beast. He'd never seen anyone respond to him this way.
What possessed you to say that? What on earth's going through your head? Mercy, mercy, do you not comprehend the situation? Can you be so calm? Scream, cry, and shout, beg for me to spare you. Throw yourself at my feet. Throw yourself at my feet. Otherwise, I'm a beast. A beast that never tires of killing.
Person.
Lying.
You listen to the things I say. Respond with your own words.
Taught how to speak. Beast who speaks human tongue.
What you think? Your mind to come up with responses? And you hesitate?
I'm human. Why do they disparage me so? They reject me and kill me. I'm a beast. A repulsive beast. That's why, isn't it?
I will do nothing. We are alike.
Alike? Don't be ridiculous. How can you say you're alike? You're as beautiful as you are.
Nothing beautiful about me. What value does outward appearance have? Suffered much persecution. Why you tremble in fear?
I'm not trembling. I'm not afraid.
I can hear the cries of your heart.
Earth is wrong with you. Why are you not afraid? Why do you not scream in terror?
I am afraid, but more than fear. I feel like I know what my role is. If you'll have me, then I'd like to remain here in the...
You mad? I'll eventually kill you. Force you, put you through hell, make you wish you were never born.
That does not change my mind. Allow me to stay. I find it hard to believe that you want deep down to hurt people. I get the feeling, that is my role. Bestia was at a loss. He was perhaps afraid of this girl who did not fear him and even attempted to embrace him. She behaved too differently from all the other humans he knew of, who only ever harassed and pushed him away. Why are you so kind to me? This beast, this murderer. Bestia's sword slipped from his hand, hitting the hard floor with a metallic whine. When the sound died down, the white-haired girl extended her hands for the beast with the utmost of affability. Her fingers were as white as freshly fallen snow, something this area never saw. I thought they were in Britain. Where the hell are we? They traced his distinctive frame. They ran along his unusually shaped nose. They slid across his rough yellow skin. They drifted around his rather small eyes. The beast trembled once more, this time not out of twisted desire from deep within, from the unimaginable comfort of physical contact. Her fingers moved so gently and pleasantly, wrapping him in their warmth. Right? A single teardrop slid down the arc of her finger. Looking into her clean eyes, Bestia came to a realization. At the same time, he felt somewhat dismayed. Go with that. You are. Taken in the throes of his primal urges, the beast did not notice, but there was an emptiness in the girl's eyes. He appeared to be gazing far into the distance, not focused on the man, despite being close enough to touch him. Tears had begun running down Bestia's cheeks earlier when she had called him a person. But it was not until one of those droplets slid across the back of her finger she had realized. She would indeed have no need of extravagant dresses after all. She couldn't see what... Blind. Whoever decided that reality, only which can be seen, I know not what appearance I have. The darkness, everything. There is no difference between man and beast. You are a beast, I too must. Call the girl a beast would be paramount to eating sugar and insist it was salt. Pardon the trite analogy, please. You know rather well, Master, that the white-haired girl was not at all what you would call a beast. Not simply in appearance, but all the way down to her core, there was nothing beastly about her. Her words brought him faint pain, but the beast still felt, on some level, he wanted to keep her at his side to see what would happen. His next words were in large part impulsive. I'm grateful you cannot. Without exception, everyone who wandered into the mansion lost their lives before the sun rose the next morning. She was the first visitor who had not met this fate. Over time, Bestia's madness gradually subsided. He even began to seem rather tame. I hardly believe it was the same beast who had once reveled in those perverse festivities. He was, I imagine, at a loss for how to behave. I too would be flustered in the constant presence of such beauty. But it was not just her appearance. She had said she wished to live with him, a beast who had committed countless atrocities. Perplexing indeed. What's the matter? You honestly not fear me? Do I appear to be afraid of you? No. You could see me, you'd react as everyone else. You'd mock me, despise me, you'd want to kill me. You don't know what I've done because you can't see. I enjoyed it. I basked in their terror. Why do I not want you to find out? I just want you to know how many people I've tortured, how many I've slaughtered, how much blood I've imbibed. All the horrible things I've done. I'm aware of what I've done is wrong, but I relished it. I wanted for so long to slaughter them. I desperately desired to see blood, human blood. What is it I crave? Murder? Or laughter? Said, I had no need for peace, yet here I am. Something the matter? No, some tea. Oh, shall I make some? Are you thirsty? Made some tea. Probably cold by now. Thought you might want some, but... No, I'll take it. What are you laughing? Oh, I'm happy. It's your liking. Bitter. Their life together began quietly, their days without event. They had no extravagant meals, there were no swaths of guests lending life to the mansion's halls. There was also no one screaming in fear for their life. It was the peaceful life Bestia had lost. He had returned once more to that quiet realm. What's the matter? You're always so quick to notice my presence. My world is one of darkness. I have a heightened sense of hearing. Like, how do you perceive the world? To imagine living in complete darkness. Occasionally I can see light. Not a radiant light like the sun, but a soft one. floating in the darkness. Like candlelight, I suppose. But only Pertlex. I find it difficult to understand what you're... That's so. Well, it's difficult for me as well. I'm not sure how to explain it. Not come darkness. I can sense your presence, for instance. I can tell how windy it is from the way the windows vibrate. I feel as though I can sense the wavering of candlelight begin to flicker erratically. From fear, intense sorrow, or other similar emotions. I don't know. It could be yours, it could be mine. Mansion's a very familiar place. Candlelight is always wavering, yet it's somehow stable. It makes me feel as though this place is where I belong. I don't think I understand. I'm a being intelligent. But you... I'm gonna go hunting. Is there anything you'd like? Whatever you like. Alright then. Well, if you find any fruit, that would be nice. Here it is. Ah, it's sour. Picked it before it was ripe. I didn't know. Is that a bad thing? I don't know. Can't see, but if it's still green, you're not... What color are these? No, blue. I'll give you a hand preparing supper. For the help of someone who got hurt yourself. Oh, don't worry, I can tell for the most part where things are by touch and scent. Thought of blood dripping down her finger. Doesn't excite me. What's going on? What on earth happened? If I appear to be in danger of harming myself, let me know. I'll have nothing to worry about. You don't seem more comfortable in the kitchen. She always cooks the... Where did she go? She always comes when I cook. I had hidden myself away. Bestia had learned how to go about his daily life without my assistance. The two of them had no need of others in their peaceful world. Oh my, what is the matter, Master? I wasn't lonely at all, no. It's an adorable pleasure, simply... I mean that. It wasn't my role to be at his side, nor was I the one to be at hers. She could make Bestia into the master of the house, and my presence was unnecessary. I appear when I'm needed, and as I appear to serve the flaxen-haired family, nothing more. If they sought a servant, I would show myself. Yes, certainly. For some time, they began to sleep in the same bed. Oh dear, no, not for the reason you're imagining, Matt. You thought no such thing, you say? Though they slept in the same bed, they didn't lay together. They did so, it seemed, because they were more comfortable in the same place. They acted more like family than lovers. Hey, hello? No, I'm awake. Is the candlelight waver? Yeah, it is very calm. Tell me about your child. Won't you? I have no such stories to tell. I was a child. Lost everything. Mother, father, brothers, everyone. But as long as I can remember, I didn't have a father. I lived alone with my mother, but I never felt like that was such a... kind. Yes, very. She was a compassionate woman. You're poor. As I cannot see, my mother was the only one who could be away for long stretches of time, supposedly served at a respectable head. I don't know whether or not that was true. Perhaps she was doing much more demanding work. Never asked. I believed not asking was best for her. From time to time I'd receive letters from her. Someone who lived nearby would read them. The letters went something like this. Life in the mansion is difficult, but everyone treats me so well, and they say I do good work. I'll be back with more money soon. Be a good girl. Other than that, she allegedly expressed concern for my health, safety, as well as repeatedly saying how much she loved me. You have a good mother. I did. Nearly everything I remember my mother saying to me was written in her life. So much kindness and... Why do you not live with her now? How did you end up here in the mansion? For long. She lost her life at her place of employment, and I was sent the money she had. I was, imagine, to survive on. When my mother was alive, she often lamented my blindness. If only you could see, she'd say, I'd tell you just how extraordinary this world is. So I decided I'd visit a renowned physician to fulfill my mother's dream. Physician in this country. However, upon examining me, he said he couldn't restore my sight. Dejected, I was on my way back home when the bandits attacked. They robbed me of the money I brought to pay for my trip. I lost everything my mother saved for me, money she gave her life to earn. I failed to repay her for anything she did, which cast a dark cloud over my heart. Our world has always been wrapped in darkness, but at that moment I was in the deepest. There was not even a speck of light. I was at a complete loss. With nowhere to go, I simply wandered, no distance. Fine. That was when I miraculously arrived at the... It was as if fate had summoned me. Summoned by the mansion to fulfill my craving. Didn't end. I wonder if the mansion is... Let's see. I apologize for not having a brighter tale. Imagine you were hoping to hear a joyful... Did they hurt you? Pardon? Bandits. When they attacked, were you hurt? So compassionate. I'm not compassionate. That's perfectly fine. Took a few scratches, but nothing you need. Believe. I'm happy now. I was unable to regain my sight. I haven't the money to return. But I believe I left in order to come here. Your life right now happy? Oh, accustomed to this woman's comfort. I'm afraid of losing. The beast should not have these feelings. A murderous beast. Take this. What is? Makes a good, supposedly. I was planning to throw it out when I learned that. Felt like I was meant to give it to someone. Fake white rose. A white rose. You don't want it? No, I do. For some reason. Never mind. I appreciate it. Okay. Has a different backstory this time. Said it was the same person, but they have a different backstory and are blind. Okay. Was the mansion like killing people? What is the mansion actually doing? I guess that's what this arc is pitching us, which is why it's staying simple and a bit far away from like drama and stuff, right? Do not desire more prey. So hungry for blood. Had enough, I don't need any more. Oh, she's blind. Because she cannot see. She's the only one willing to accept me. So hard to please. You obtain peace, cast it aside, then pick it up once more. You'll never be able to escape it completely, after all. You're enchanted by the pleasure murder brings. You've been for a very long time. I won't kill anyone anymore. Being with her is far more satisfying. The joy killing brought with her is what I truly want. So self-centered. It was as though he was viewing a flashback. The sound of knocking echoed through the mansion as it had the day the merchant came and brought the beast's short-lived crashing down. What did I just tell you? I don't want any more prey. Stop this. Stop. Don't bring me more. I thought you were supposed to fulfill my desires. Why did the door open? Sword in hand, Bestia ran through the mansion's halls, overcome with fear. He had obtained the peace he so dearly wanted and even found someone who didn't fear him, but was terrified that the appearance of more prey would cause it to crumble. He spotted the prey, murdered them, and conceded to his madness she might choose to leave him. As much as she claimed he wasn't hideous if she witnessed him doing that. Chase them out. Done with this. My desires changed. However. Why? Bestia shuddered in terror at the sight. Stay back. Stay away from me. He broke into a run. It was not, after all, helpless prey that had entered the mansion. The thing is... The monster's voice seemed to slither along the floors behind him. It felt as though if he were to turn around, he'd be right there on top of him. Why are you chasing me? Bestia shouted with fear in his voice, uncharacteristic of the beast who so readily slaughtered his prey. Can you blame him?
That's a bestia.
In that moment, I had an epiphany. I assumed he had called himself Bestia, unaware of what the word meant.
Bestia other than me.
Bestia is not, in fact, a name. It is a word that means beast. Indeed, a second beast had come to the mansion.
Why are you chasing me? Are you here to kill me?
I settled down. I wanted to stop being a beast. The white-haired girl poked her head out of the bedchamber. Bestia was aghast, frantically attempted to return her to her room.
Doesn't leave your room.
As he was doing this, the horrifying creature of the beast, the voice drew nearer.
You don't open this door for any reason. I'll protect you. That's right, I don't want this piece to tranquil days together with this woman. I'll protect them, I will.
Trembling in fear, Bestia gathered his resolve. He pointed his sword, which until then had only been used to torment others, at the second beast. Now he would wield his blade to protect the person he cared about. This was the same beast who'd killed and killed and killed to satisfy his own primal desires.
I will not let you destroy this. I'll protect it
From a rational point of view, the things he was saying and feeling were rather idealistic, but Bestia was desperate. He didn't want to lose this piece. Before long, the beast, the one chasing him, appeared from within the darkness.
Ah!
Hey, Master. If resolve was the only thing necessary for one to act courageously, would that not mean anyone could become a hero? Bestia had viciously slaughtered so many people before. He had gathered the courage to protect the things he cared for, but now he was shaking. He didn't gallantly bring his sword down upon the encroaching beast. Instead, he trembled visibly from head to toe. He must have been quite terrified at the beast's appearance.
Stop, stay away from me, don't, stay back.
Being Bestia so scared, I imagine the beast thought of prime opportunity, for it slowly, ever so slowly, ambled towards him.
Kill it, it will kill me, I have to kill it, kill it.
That was the moment Bestia's mind ran off the rails of sanity.
Kill.
Lifted his sword up ahead above his head, facing the approaching beast. And ferociously swung it down upon his assailant. Roars, screams again and again and again, screaming horrifically at the top of his lungs. Ah! Alright, he's just screaming. He continued, swing after swing, until the other beast had gone completely still. Still screaming, and screaming, and screaming. Before long, copious volumes of fresh blood stained the corridor. At some point, the other beast had stopped moving and sunk into a pool of its own lifeblood. Did it.
Kill the other beast.
Bestia had let his guard down, assuming he claimed victory over the unmoving beast. I had not imagined either that the beast could still be alive after shedding so much blood. The beast reached out its hand towards Bestia. It was determined to drag him down to the underworld, it seemed. Slowly sliding along the slippery floor, it dragged itself towards him. Even on his last breaths, it continued reaching for Bestia, fixated on him. He kicked its hand up into the air, staggering, and then he
burn in hell.
Rammed his blade down into it. Bestia's fear-stricken expression was hardly that of a knight who had just saved the maiden. Nevertheless, he had indeed eradicated the other beast. Mission accomplished, I guess. And if you maintain your sanity, that's also a W, right? Come back again, okay? Promise me. I'll be waiting. Waiting, believing you'll return. I'll be waiting. Back to this scene. Pauline, it's about time you settle. Take care out there. Don't eat anything funny and get yourself sick, okay? I'm a tough one. The more overconfident you are, the more you'll push yourself and you'll hurt. Make sure you drink lots and lots of water, okay? Take care not to get heat stroke or sunstroke. Relax, I know how to take care of myself on a ship. No, but you never know what might happen. Health when I see you. I will be. So I probably keep you waiting for a long time again. Waiting. Don't worry about me, I'll be waiting, I promise. managed to wait a year and a half already. I can handle this. Back, okay? Got my word. Thanks. Safe travels. I refuse to believe that he could be dead. I have to find proof. Somewhere out there. Still alive and well. Find it. Arrived at our destination, ma'am. Though I dearly wish I could assist you in your search, I have things to attend to during our stay. Don't worry yourself. I couldn't possibly impose on you anything. Mustn't put yourself in any danger. If anything happened to you, your mother would be devastated. Her mom's mad. Oh, she's probably sad. Sorrow as expansive as the Albufera wetlands, as deep as the ocean into which the sun sets. All my fault. But don't worry, I'll be fine. As soon as I have certainty of his well-being, I'll go straight home. Him together. Pauline, your lover is... I have faith in him. He'd never break a promise to me. He's always come back to me, no matter how long it took. A man like that wouldn't suddenly disappear from me. It's been a mistake. I have to prove it. Be the one to remain gone unless I see it with my own eyes. I wonder who governess. An acquaintance of mine lives in this village. I'll be staying with him. I'll let him know about you. He should gladly welcome you to it. Thanks, Orlando. 1 month. You search for 1 month, and if you haven't found him, you come home with me. Promise me that? You're her only daughter. That's the truth, I regret bringing you. What I should have done is drive you back home. Couldn't bear to see you like that, Pop. Like I was looking at her when she was younger. Anyway, 1 month, understood? For a month. A month will be plenty. Find him before the month is up. Sleepy seaside village is on the small side, but from what I've been told, it used to have a flourishing fishing industry. Now, though, it's like there's a fog hanging over everything. Not too surprising, I suppose. A few months ago, the village was part of a war for control of the country, and now they're under a different rule than before. Stripped of their independence and battered by the raging tempest of war, people's spirits have been eroded. Spiritual damage is not so easily mended. Even if they were not physically harmed, there are deep wounds in their heart. Ah, it's a lovely village, though. Breeze feels us back home. Beneath it all, I'm sure the people are quite friendly and a long time ago, I went on a trip to a land in the south. The country is quite a bit south of mine. People blessed with lots of sunlight are bound to be warm. Hey, Orlando. Can I take a look around the village? I don't see why not. Sun's still up. Need some time to catch up with my acquaintance, so I suppose this is as good an opportunity as any. You know where to find me, man. Go down that way, turns at the second crossroad. Oh, it's straight for a little, cross over to the other side, and right there, right? Are you sure you can find me? Don't worry. Alright then, you're planning to stay within the village today, right? I'll see you in a bit then. Get lost, give me a holler. It's just otherwise you really care, Orlando. Bad enough as this. Please don't take advantage of me. I think I might take full advantage of this. In a bit. Go on. No one else around? Odd if I tried talking to him. I want to get labeled suspicious on my first day. Asking for trouble, but like, boy stands all alone on the shore looking somewhere precarious. As though a breeze might whisk him away into a million grains of sand. If I look away, he won't be here when I turn back. So the boy appears to me. No, until you try. Besides, it's important for me to feel trusted. Afternoon, what are you doing out here all alone, little man? Force of habit, I spoke in my head. How dense can you be, Pauline? I may have just been talking to Orlando, but that's no excuse. It's not your homeland. Everything's alright. Studied the language, I should be able to hold a simple conversation. Pauline, I'll be staying in your village for a while. Nice to meet you. My name is Pauline. What is yours? Your name. Little man. just called me dreadful? Hell of an accent you've got. Are you a bandit? What are you here for? No, I'm not a damn bit, I promise. I stared. There's no need to be so mean. I put in a pretty good effort, I thought. At least compliment me instead. God awful. It's not nice. What's a foreigner doing in this remote? Sightseeing our little village? You've got a lot of time on your hands. You're not. I am very busy. A little obnoxious, aren't you? So to treat your elders with respect. Like I give a damn lady. You're older, but you're acting way more like a kid than me. Isn't lady? It's Pauline. Pauline! And what are you here for? I'm here to look for someone. Rumors that he was last seen around here? Have you by chance seen any other foreigners around? Hell if I know. Hell if I know. Well, I'll befriend him first. Of course, he's gonna be guarded if I just start throwing questions at him. Alright. You know? Why don't you tell me about yourself? What are you doing out here? Any of your business, lady? Boys out here on the beach all alone? Wouldn't that make you curious? Don't you have any friends? Maybe he's one of those kids who doesn't have any? If you don't mind, could we be friends? I'm not really familiar with the area. It'd be nice to have someone with me. You say, I don't need any damn friends. Who the hell would be dumb enough to say, sure, I'll be your friend to someone they just met? So jaded. Need to be more courteous, kinder to others, not so antagonistic. I just thought it'd be nice if we could talk a bit. That's all I want, really. Why'd you quit being so damn nosy, lady? It just so happens I like being alone. Got some strange woman ruining my life. I'm out of here. Wait. Gone. He's gone. Alright, this is not great. Gonna be really, really hard. Like, it could just be one kid. Yep, it's a small sample size, okay? You know, it could be bad. It could be better. We don't know. Master? Ah, you've returned to me. Suddenly started staring up into the distance. I was quite startled. Now let's continue our tale. The mansion's corridor was a horrifically repulsive mess. Splatters of fresh beast blood covered the walls, and there was a repugnant odor. Anyone would be compelled to avert their eyes at the sight. Here. Grateful you can't see. Certainly think me a beast. You were able to see this. As you cannot see, you do not know. But I know. Another beast like me broke into the mansion. I protected you. I protected you. I protected you. I did this for you. I did this for you. The stereo beast tore down the curtains hanging on the hallway window. Bloodstained curtains that reeked of dead beast. What did he have to be so afraid of, though? He had exterminated the other beast encroaching upon his territory. I'd understand if he puffed his chest in pride, but far from that, his terror merely intensified. Calm down, calm. The white-haired girl extended her hand for Bestia, but even her gentle, lovingly outstretched fingers evoked fear in his eyes. Instinctively, he feared anything that entered his territory, and then attempted to remove it. And driven by those instincts, he shoved the white-haired girl, the one he said he wanted to protect. Beneath that sight, she had no way of reliably catching her balance and fell to the floor with a splash, where she landed in the pool of blood left by the beast. Red seeped into her clothing, slowly spreading through the fabric. First, it looked like she had fallen into a puddle of fresh, bright dye, but before long, the red darkened into brownish black. I didn't. I'm fine. Embraced the panicking beast, softly whispering shh, as if trying to calm a crying baby. Though Bestia was taller and physically stronger, the white-haired girl was emotionally more stable than him. What has you so frightened? Tell me. Perhaps I won't look down on you for many reasons. All I want is to free you from the depths of your suffering. Sometimes talking about things can lighten the burden they place. We have the ability to use words, both you and me. With language, the gift God bestowed upon man. Communicate our feelings as well. It's alright, don't be afraid. Talk to me. Am I a man? Act as though I'm a man. Treat me like one. I cannot see you as anything else, as I've said before. Only because you cannot see me. The only one who says I'm a man. You are without sight. Intent? Treating me like a man, so I felt as though I'd become one. The time I spent with you, I had real peace.
I almost forgot I was a wretched. No longer sought prey. Before you arrived, I murdered dozens of you. I didn't want you. I was such a sinful creature, leaving a long trail of bodies in my wake. But I thought if I didn't show them my strength, if I didn't force them into submission, I'd never find peace. I was drunk with power. I took great pleasure in it. And slaughtering. Fear was so overwhelming. I turned the act of killing into one of gratification. You did it to protect yourself. Still not going to condemn you. Taking another's life is wrong. Not only does it rob them of their time on this earth, it inflicts great wounds on those who care about them. However, I don't regard you as a mere beast, nor as a mere murderer. Something made you the way you were. I'm almost certain. Something. Tell me about yourself. Your words from your mouth, tell me. When I woke up, I was weak, exhausted. I couldn't think clearly or remember much of anything. I was thirsty, hungry, sore from head to toe. A crowd of people surrounded me. It was a long time ago. Not so long as to be described as long ago. Far back as my past goes. I had help from the people around me, but my words didn't get through to them. The only thing that came from my mouth were feral howls, scowls at me, and stinking. I have no interest in more trouble. Shall we kill it? Never seen anyone like this before. What is he anyway? Beats me, yes, do you by the looks of it? Recurring white-haired girl. Are we also having a recurring protagonist and several of the other characters? I'm curious if we'll see that. Didn't understand what they were saying. All I could pick out was the word bestia. Words humans brought sticks and fishing poles, which they poked and prodded me with. First, they probably only meant to chase me out, but before long, their actions began to escalate. Bestia. Bestia. Filthy beast. Ain't got nothing for you. Dirty nest. Stay back. Hit it. Pound it. He's feeling it. Beat the thing. Beat it. Kill it. Let kill it die. Why should I have to die? I was simply asking for help. They didn't have food to spare. A glass of water would have been. I asked for nothing of them. Some relief for my... The humans wouldn't hear my pleas. The words reached no one's ear. When they brought weapons and started chasing me around, attempting to kill me, as I fled, I saw something. A child pointing to a wild dog covered in mud and shouting, "Bestia." That's when I finally understood. I was but a beast. And that's why the humans wanted to exterminate me. I was neither cattle nor swine, nor fowl of the air, but a vicious beast, the kind of creature that ravaged their fields. Not to prove your superiority to them? You'd never have to be called a beast or chased out of somewhere again? I was so close to forgetting it all. The time I spent with you was... I could forget about people calling me a beast, chasing me around trying to kill me. I could forget slaughtering them, painting the walls with their blood. I could forget everything. I felt like I'd actually become a man. And it showed up. Another beast like me. A different individual. Built differently than me. I'm taller than it was. But it was a beast. I too must be. Regardless, how as many times as I must. For all of these painful memories, attempt to cause someone harm again, there to remind you of that which you eyes the whole of the world. I cannot see you, but I can feel you, sense you, hear you, learn what you bear within your heart. Worry, fear, and think. You also show concern. Things all prove you are human. Really is good. If I remain with her, I can become a man. Might be more than an illusion. With her near, it can become my real. Calm yourself. Calm me. Oh, it does. I'll take care of it. You don't need to worry. Get changed, though. Very well. I believe I care so much. You're not like in the slightest. Said, a beautiful woman. You may compliment my appearance, but no one else ever did. I've been labeled a witch because of the color of my eyes and hair. My eyes, they're red. A beautiful shade of red. Magnificent color, like the first person to say that about me. Even my mother said my eyes frightened her. Because people called me a witch, I was rarely afforded the opportunity to interact. I grew up mostly alone. As the people outside this mansion called you a beast, so too do the people outside call me a witch. Here I lay.
Do I look like a witch to you? Beautiful, compassionate. And you are a human man. And if you don't believe it yourself. Yet again, Bestia found himself feeling grateful for the white-haired girl's blindness. For while he had just managed to put on a smile, tears were also rolling down his cheek. Joy, bitterness, sorrow, and a maelstrom flowed unbounded from within. But he cried in silence. Bestia shed his tears discreetly so as to not allow the white-haired girl to notice. He looked down on the floor, and a single corpse lay there. No matter how hard he tried, he couldn't see it as anything other than a beast. A beast that looked just like him. Just like him. So is the last chapter the girl's husband finds the place? Or are we just going to end the story? I feel like we should end the story at an awkward spot like the first chapter. He came from a faraway land across many seas. There was never any guarantee that we would see each other again. But I still believed that no matter how great the ocean that divided us, we were bound by our love. The only thing I need to stand between us was physical distance. Wonder if he's here yet. Hello, my little... Are you so out of breath? Oh, don't think at me like that. Where did you pick a word like... Okay. Never took you someone so pretentious. Oh, I'm sorry. You look so much like a rabbit there, the way you were tossing your head back and forth, looking around for me. Oh, you? Inche is something you call a child. Ishinte. Not a little girl anymore? Sorry, really? Don't be mad, Pauline. Ishinte. Alright. In a year and a half. Finally get to see each other again. You have any trouble out at sea? Fall ill? Get caught in a storm? Run to any danger at all? No, there was no trouble. Everything went fine without incident. The god was watching over us, I suppose. So worried. You kept your promise. You came back for me. Kept yours and waited. Of course I did. I trust you and... I'm waiting. 15 months must have been a long time. Felt long to me. Every day I would picture your face, recall the sound of your... Over time I began to lose surety. It absolutely terrified me. Is that what you actually... Is this truly the sound of your... You almost forgot? Not at all, Pauline. I was afraid in my profound love for you, my mind had created its own image. Perhaps my adoration had grown so strong it turned you into transcendent beauty, like Cleopatra herself. It's some unseemly friends. You're never this much of a sweet talker. But you're disappointed, though. Look at me, a homely woman you could find anywhere. For some reason, I find myself in a teasing mood. Have mercy. Or I'm liable to lose. What I'm trying to say, that being here with the real you, my hands, listening to you, seeing you be well, you, Pauline, is much more wondrous than anything I know. Right now, I'm feeling that strong. Found yourself away with words? Imagine you had plenty of time to practice on other women. Goodness. Not terribly convincing with your cheeks the color of wine. They're not. God. Don't trip them. The only one who can put me in such high spirits. Say something? Oh, me? No, not a thing. Say, you're finally back. How about we take a walk around town? Taking care of all your work for the time being, right? You can spare some time for me? Absolutely, Pauline. As much as time allows, I'll spend it with you. Time allows. Still no trace of him. It's been a week and I found nothing. Hitting my time limit. Changed fast. But... see... What's wrong with what he looks like? Sorry, never seen him. Smallest piece of information help? Heard about anyone that might have seen him? I said I haven't seen him. I don't know what to tell you. I'm a busy woman. Do you mind moving aside? Sorry. Hope that he... lover lost his life out on work. I don't believe it. They haven't shown me a body. Their information has to be an error. I have to be the one to find him, to prove he's still alive. Follow his track. Heard that the remains of his ship drifted ashore near this village. Survived. He must be out somewhere nearby. Certain of it, but I haven't been able to find any information of this one. Villagers aren't very cooperative. They're all just day I arrived. Rather, I get the feeling they want to stay as far away from trouble as they can. No matter what I ask, I can't get a straight answer from anyone. Everyone's closed off because of the war, I guess. Time for people to be so glum, though. Ah, that boy is at the shop. God have mercy, you again. What are you doing here? Always so calm. Time to get sentimental and watch the sunset. So original. So what does it matter if I visit the sea? The ocean doesn't belong to anyone. Such a bother, you're free to leave like last time. You are cheeky for an outsider. I know the rest of the village isn't being all that cooperative. That's what this place is like now. Closed off. It's not kind to outsiders. Really gonna be able to keep up the search with the entire town stonewalling you? I will. Won't give up for any reason. To find him, to bring him home with me. Lady, your name isn't Lady, it's Pauline. Pauline? Lady is Pauline. Pauline, is this person you're looking for still alive? He has to be. That's so. Well, have fun with that. I doubt you're gonna get any help though. Pauline, if you lose faith this easily, you'll never find him. He is alive. I believe. Oh, I thought you left. Oh, I thought you left. Take it. Ruining the scenery, racing around on the beach. We're pretty large here. Yeah, the oranges around these parts are pretty good. People used to come out here just to buy them, in fact. You went to get one just for me? I want to get rid of you. Once you finish that, get lost, alright? Thanks, I appreciate it. Not so bad after all. Like I said, this isn't me being nice or anything. Go again. Yeah, I got you all figured out, little man. You're actually a very sweet boy. You're really trying to cheer me up, weren't you? You're really trying. Javi. My name. My name's not little man, it's Javi. Alright then. Not Javi. Just Javi. That's it. But okay. Hey Javi, I think we could be friends. Come on, let's be friends. Don't say you don't need me. You can make me friend number 1. You just want to use me in your search because you can't get the villagers to talk to on your own. Oh, I mean it, really. Wasting your time. Just as much trouble for them as you. Using me isn't going to get you anywhere. Trouble? With that, Javi? Nothing you need, though, lady. Bye, and stay away from the shore. Oh, wait, hold on a second. What? Pauline. Your name isn't Lady, it's Pauline. Listen to me, Javi. I have no intention whatsoever of using it. I enjoy talking to you, and I think it'd be fun if I could do it. That's why I want to be friends. He's like, are you serious, lady? I can find you here at the beach, right? I'll be back, Javi. Won't change my mind. I'll make you my friend, Javi. Hell, lady, did you hear a word I said? I don't need any damn friends, and stay away from the beach. You'll be my friend. Ain't happening. Most Cinderella guy we've seen in a long time. Oh my goodness. Wait, Javi? See you again. Not kidding, I'll come back. At first I had been thinking it would be easier to get information if I could make friends with someone in the village. But that orange Javi gave me when I was sad and lonely and hurting, so amazingly fresh and delicious. It was that good. I just completely, changed my mind. I was like, no, we're not going to try and befriend him to get the locals to like us more. We're gonna be his real friend because he gave us an orange, and the orange was just that good. It was that good. More than any orange I'd ever had before. It was almost as though Javi's kindness was seeping directly into my mouth. I'm sure we'll be able to get along. I just want to be his friend. It's that simple. Time is the only thing moving forward in my search. Some days I ask my mom's friend, Orlando, to accompany me on trips outside the village, but no matter where I go, I just hear the same thing. The view of the ocean always keeps me from getting too dejected. It's an unmistakably huge chasm that keeps us apart, but at the same time, there's something beautiful about the way the sea encompasses the entire world. The emerald expanse. It simultaneously robs me of him and soothes my heart with its stunning brilliance. Perhaps I feel such awe and admiration for it because I was born along the seaside. Not here today? Javi, are you there? Odd. I can always find him here. Hey Javi, where'd you go? Ah. Can't believe you fell for that. Pitfall? That's not very nice, Javi. Why would you do that to me? Won't stop following me around. You have any idea how annoying that is? Doesn't mean you have to do something so cruel. Maybe now you'll learn your lesson and stay away from the beach. Wait, you're seriously crying? Don't cry. Just kidding. I'm not crying. Oh, come on, you're fake. You tricked me. You played the first mean prank, Javi. You really scared me there. Telling you to stay away. Your fault for constantly refusing to listen. Fred, you haven't gotten bored yet. You must have a lot of time on your hands. I most certainly do not have a lot of time. My deadline for how long I can be here is quickly approaching. But I'll just get depressed if I spend all that time searching. If I can have some fun with you, Javi, I'll have more energy. Fun, eh? Fun. Still haven't found him? You don't even know if the guy's alive or dead, just... forget. I'm out of here. Hold on a sec. How? Come on, you're not gonna fool me again. Oh, I'm not joking around, I really... Twisted my ankle. Oh, I'll be fine. Don't worry, buddy. Wait there. Come on, let me see your foot. Alright, alright. Ankle's swollen. At least learn to land properly. You're gonna blame me when you're the one who dug the hole? No one's ever gotten hurt in a trap that basic. At least none of my friends ever did. Thought you didn't have friends, Javi. Shut your mouth. I'm gonna bandage your ankle. Alright, I see you went to get a bandage, thank you. It was... well, it's progress, right guys? Progress. Swap it out for a real bandage when you can. I'm sure your acquaintance has some. Really, it looks just fine to me. Filthy thing isn't suitable for someone like you, lady. Pauline. What do you mean, not suitable? I have to explain everything. You're from a pretty well-off country, aren't you, Pauline? Well, compared to that, this is a poor village. We don't even have clean bandages to spare. Just gross graphic cloth like this. It's not something you should be wearing. You give it to me, Jeff. Won't be changing it anytime soon. That's not sanitary. Tell me, Javi, you don't like this village? The only thing this place has going for it is the ocean. Ocean? The one thing that doesn't change no matter what. It's always beautiful. I see. The ocean too. I don't have anything else to like. Here you go again. I got an idea. Javi. Oh, no. Rowboat. I want to take a ride in a rowboat. Did anyone get mad if we borrow the one tied up over there for a bit? Care if it's just for a little row though, lady? You'll be doing the rowing, Javi. Why me? What's the deal? The water's mostly calm today. I think a little walk on the sea would be lovely. Call that a walk? Sure can. Come on, let's go. Give me a hand, Javi. The breeze feels different on the water than it does on the beach, wouldn't you say? Definitely different. The smell of salt's stronger. There's more moisture in the air. It's like someone's gently caressing your cheek. I'm not getting any of that. You're way too perceptive, lady. Am I? Close your eyes. Feel the breeze. But you'll get what I'm saying. Go on, close your eyes. No, I'm not going to. Why not? I don't want to do what you tell me. Oh, no need to be petty. No need to be petty, Javi. This is not always. The hand that's gently caressing your cheek can in the blink of an eye become the wrinkled hand of a witch that destroys everything it touches. The ocean's a scary thing. Not something humans have any chance of standing up against. I know it very well. The man I'm searching for was in a shipwreck. I was told it killed him, but I refused to believe he'd just leave me behind like that. Sometimes on a whim, the wrinkly witch might have me. I'm not sure about that. I trust in the sea's gentleness. I don't think it's all that scary. Soft breeze, the calm wave. They saved him, I'm sure of it. He loved the ocean too. Always looking far into the distance, out across the water. Head held high, a stern, unwavering look at him. Assuming he's... Yes, very dear to me and I love him. I see. He was really fond of the sea by my hometown. Live in a decent town. Yep, it's wonderful. So peaceful, everyone's so nice. Not a single bad person. Oh, I know, Javi. You should come visit my hometown sometime. Yeah, the ocean there is really pretty too. Colors are deeper than they are here. Like so many jewels sparkling. I'm sure you'll love it, Javi. I'd love for you to come visit. You'll see all sorts of things. There's this shop that sells great ham sandwiches. I don't know the money. Oh, maybe not now. You could in the future. If you're interested. I could ask Orlando to bring you back with us, Javi. You don't want to stay here, that is. Along with the guy you're looking for. Yep, I'm sure I'd be happy to have you along. Enjoy it, I'm sure. Sound like a child. Nothing. I doubt I could even get permission to leave. Permission? Oh, right. Are your parents strict, Javi? No. No, they are not. They're dead. Both my mom and dad. What? Were murdered. Just staying with an acquaintance. Try to work me like a horse, though. I sneak out here when I get the chance. In the war? War? What are you talking about, lady? Country involved in the war? There was a war, yes, but no soldiers ever reached this village. Oh, beast. I like how the music instantly dies. Nice job, nice job. The minute he mentions the beast, boom, the background audio gets cut. Very nice. I don't think I've really enjoyed the I don't think I've really been enjoying the OST that much. It's been like okay, but I appreciate the occasional times it like really like it's not voiced, right? But I appreciate the times that the audio does seem clearly set to trigger on specific lines. They did a good job with that. Showed up one day and destroyed everything. The peace, family, friends, merchants and travelers visiting the village. Everyone and everything. He slaughtered everything and then disappeared. The man, the bestia. The murderous beast. The whole village is terrified of him. They go through their days like lifeless dolls enveloped in a storm cloud of terror. Murderous beast. So the grim air in the village isn't the war because of the war, it's because of a beast and killing people? Why would Javi? Merchants and travelers visiting. Describe them for me? There were all sorts. One who stopped by on the road to somewhere else. And an international trader on his way to purchase goods. Need some water, just some. Will they attack again? If I ask, will they? Like they were open to requests. Tried to kill me. They almost killed me. They threw stones at me. They did more than that. Bows and knives. I don't know, the things I didn't even hit with them. Tried to kill me. They looked like they were gonna kill me. I almost died. I'm on the verge of death. Throat sore. Hurts. I don't feel pain. It burns? I don't know. I don't know. The thirsty one. I need water. Will they? Oh. Why not? Because I'm a bestia. I'm a beast. I don't need to live. I don't deserve to live. Our beast's meant to die. Thirsty. My stomach's probably empty too. Oh, anyway. I'm hungry. I can't take it. Take it out. Water. I just need water. What must I do to get water from that village? Well, I can find a well. There has to be a well. I know what that is. I know what a well is. What else do I do? Nothing. Nothing. No memories. I have nothing. I'm a beast. A newborn beast. This buried. It's rough. Something. Like I know this. It's mine. It must be. It's mine. I know this. It's mine. I know how to use it, how to touch it, how to hold it, how to swing it. I know what this is. I know what to do with it, what it's for. I know what with this I can fight on equal footing with them. These are meant to be ridiculed, to be hated, resented. I want to live, which means I have one option. With this, overthrow those who tormented me. I can do that. Water and food, I can get that. I can get anything. Please, mother, who could be? Who'd that be at this time of night? Who's there? Don't answer it. Probably a beggar or something. These are dangerous times. How unpleasant a world we live in. We should fear for our own lives. I hope things go back to how they used to be. Who's there? You're not coming in without identifying yourself. What's going on, Dad? Oh, did the noise wake you? There's nothing to worry about, son. Go back to bed. It'll quiet down soon. Door! Oh, she's dead. Rip Javi's mother. What's... Mom? Oh. Javi. Javi, look away. Why is the beast? Run, hear me? You hear me? Get out the back door. Let everyone know. Shout as loud as you can. Oh. Thanks God. What? Why can't it can't be? How did this why? Oh, Dad. Beast, the beast, why would you? And he runs away. Alright. Cool. The beast killed his parents. The beast? Okay, apparently the beast didn't just chill out. He just went from house to house killing everyone he could. Cool, okay. What's the matter? You sound like you're in pain. Would you like me to fetch you some? Touch me, keep your hands off me. Not a particularly restful sleep, I take it? Where are you hiding? Why did you disappear? You're always around before. Show yourself. Show yourself immediately. Where are you? Show yourself. If I do, what would you do then? Kill me? You thirst for blood, to instill fear, to live. In the face of your desire, others' lives are meaningless. That's the kind of man you are. Or do you intend to pretend that you can do anything? Shut up, shut up, shut up. I couldn't help it. I wanted to live. I didn't want to die. Yes, indeed. The kind of man you are. Kill for your own. Kill a child's mother and father as he stands there watching. They tried to kill me first. All of them. The entire village. Calm yourself. Who are you speaking to? Get a hold of yourself. Stop talking. Keep your hands off me. I'll kill you too. I'm a beast. It will kill anyone. It's alright. Everything's alright. It's alright. A beast killer. I kill. Breathe slower. Don't harm me. Harm me. Alright. Put your arms around. Be for yourself. I'm not afraid. Brilliant. What are you clinging on to this woman for? Is that the only way you can maintain your grip? It'd be so much easier simply accept the fact you're always been one, haven't you? Can a beast cultivate love like a human? Or like a... They cannot. It's utterly ridiculous. Shut up. And I try. It will be over soon enough. It will end at that woman's hand, is that? Crush her soul into tiny pieces. That 3 years ago. I thought for sure I'd get burned, sitting beneath the hellishly pounding sun on that sweltering summer day. Only ever on days such as those we ended up having lunch. Not just out of the house. Literally outside, the heat was searing. I could hear the cry of seagulls from the restaurant's terrace. I remember that day as clear as crystal. Yes, I have to say the food here is spectacular. And I love that they give so much meat. Though I thought my gut would explode the first time I saw it. Wouldn't you say so? Wait, son? I thought it was Pauline. It's his father, oh god. Indeed, yes it is. By the look on your face, I'd say you're already feeling it. You're not gonna make it in this line of work without a big old stomach, son. I'm a huge fan of this country's food. One taste and you'll never forget it. I'd like to bring the entire cuisine back with me if I could. This is the first time we've seen you. It's been so long. And you're talking about food? First thing you asked when you arrived was, is the restaurant by the seaside still open? For goodness sake. Your heart made out of stone? What, would you prefer we discuss the mundane? Why don't we talk about the market development, our spice inventory? That's not what I meant. Odd. My parents' relationship is on thin ice, but the air feels like it's on fire. Much too hot. My dad loves this seaside restaurant. It actually specializes in fish, but he always asks for meat. Though always isn't very often. He's out of the country most of the time, so we rarely eat together as a family. For that reason, I can usually put up with a little heat for a family gathering. They're just sitting there awkwardly, waiting for the parents to stop arguing. Today, however, is awkward. Go on, son, dig in. Can't find food this good back home. As you say. Every course table is lined with meat, meat, meat. Even I'm starting to feel heavy in the gut. At this rate, I might turn into meat myself. What kind of meat would I turn into, though? I guess beef, maybe, if the meal keeps on like this. Just how much food are you planning to order? I can't believe you. How did I ever marry you? Come now, we're out as a family. You could stand to be a bit more pleasant. And who do you think is making me unpleasant? Now? Oh, now. From time to time, our eyes meet. Every time they do, we both avert our gaze. This goes on throughout the meal. My father invited him to lunch. Dad introduced him as his right hand, so I assume he's also a traitor. His eyes are somewhat narrow, his posture perfectly upright. He looks very no-nonsense and not especially affable. Frankly, he kind of scares me. Hey, Dad, are we going somewhere? Anywhere after lunch? I figure since we're all together, maybe we could take a walk or visit someplace out of town? Yes, I actually got a letter to write after this. A letter to one of the bigwigs back home. So I'm planning to head straight back to the trading post. Oh, okay. I'm especially surprised. Well, what do you want me to do? It's work and it has to be done. If I could get an audience with him in person, it wouldn't be necessary, but that's not possible. I have no choice but to write a long letter. Oh yes, Pauline. If you're going on a walk, bring him along. I'm sure he's tired of putting up with me day in, day out. Well, no, I'm... hold on now. Could you please leave Pauline out of this? There's things she needs to do, too. Oh, what's the big deal? You want to know about an area? Ask someone who lives here. That's the best way to learn. Besides, you'll stick out like a sore thumb wandering around on your own, son. But I could... You don't mind, do you, Pauline? Not at all. Oh, God, you're the most inconsiderate... Mom says, then leans in and whispers to me, listen to me, do not let your guard down around a foreign man. My father is, as a matter of fact, a foreigner. And the man he brought to lunch is from the same country. Why is the close button here? What happens if I click it? You guys get a black screen. I didn't get anything. Hold up. I'll see if I can tweak that. What program is running in the background? Do that. Discord. The program that I closed at some point. But like, which program would it be? It's in a weird location. I have no clue. Let's see, close label stuck on screen. I think I've closed the program already. I don't even know what would be open. curious if this will actually work. And the AI is recommended. Yeah, sounds like some program. Didn't close gracefully, but I don't know which program it is. I have no clue what program this could be. Okay, I'm gonna Alt F4. I have no clue if this will kill OBS. Still here? Let's see if we're live. Let's see if we're live. Okay, we get you. We get you. We're not dead yet. I don't know what that killed off, but here we are. Alright, display, full screen. Alright. This is a park. This is a park? Indeed it is. It is a park. Guys, it's a park. I will say the same thing. Indeed it is. It is a park. Look, they got benches, signs, shrubberies. My assignment is to show this man around town, and to be honest, it's going quite horribly. This is a park. No, dude, no. Couldn't you come up with anything better, Pauline? But I don't know anything about the history of the park. In fact, I don't know much of anything about this town's history. I just sort of walk around every day, not really paying it much mind. Wouldn't someone more knowledgeable be a better guide? I can't do it. Don't ask this of me. Also, he doesn't talk very much. He's got this perpetually stern look on his face. He really does scare me. Don't worry, Mom. Your daughter won't mistakenly fall for a foreigner. At any rate, regardless of how I feel, I'm still technically his guide. Technically. I've got to try a little bit harder, though I know it won't be easy. Then, there's a fountain. There is indeed a fountain. Fountain again. No, seriously, Pauline. He has eyes. Alright, I'm not much of a guide. My dad could show you around instead. Oh no, don't worry about it. I think you're doing just fine. In fact, I'm sorry I got roped into this. Don't you much enjoy having to walk around town beside someone like me? No, that's not it at all. Oh, is that so? Glad to hear it. Here's an idea. Rather than guide me at this, why don't you show me what you usually do, the places you normally go? Oh, do you really want to see that? Well, I'd prefer to see the town through the eyes of a resident. To see it for what it is instead of what makes good sightseeing. Alright then, I can get ham sandwiches from the shops near here. Having lunch on the wall by the fountain is the most wonderful thing. Look over there, see the butcher shop and the bakery next to it? Buy bread from the bakery, bring it to the butcher, and get a few slices of ham, put it on the bread. Absolutely to die for. You just had a huge lunch. I'm not getting one right now. Oh, please don't think I'm as carnivorous as my dad. Sorry, I didn't mean to imply any such thing. Oh, jeez. Oh. Wait, hold on. Did he just smile? He did. It was a small one, but he did. And actually smile. Being human, that should be obvious, but it's strange seeing him do it. Maybe, just maybe, we'll be able to get along, even just a little bit. Do you mind if I ask you a question? Sure, go right ahead. Could you tell me about your home country? I've asked Dad, but he won't tell me very much. Oh, come on, how about it? I'm really curious. He probably doesn't know very much himself. About his own homeland? Some don't. What do you? How about that fountain? I'd like to get a closer look at it. The spot you say you like to sit? Oh, okay. That just now. Did he dodge my question? Yeah, he hard dodged that. Is there something there he doesn't want to get into? In this angle, it looks like the fountain's sitting atop the ocean. Yes, it does. If you want, we can go to the beach. It's a straight walk from here. Oh no, I like this view. The sea is a pretty color here. You can clearly see the white of the fountain on top of it. The sea is a different color than the fountain? It is, in fact. The sea is often changing colors itself, but out on the water it can be easy to overlook. It can be the color of emeralds, or deep blue like sapphire, or almost black like obsidian. The sea has a face, and with it many expressions. Maybe I'll ask Dad and get him to take me out on his ship. You have quite the adventurous spirit. Not many women say they want to ride a ship. But you think I want to go everywhere I haven't been before. Everywhere. I want to see for myself that the world extends beyond the town. Ah, fine ambition. Hopefully the time will come when anyone can have access to a ship with relative ease. He actually smiles quite a bit, I guess. We seem to be talking comfortably too. He's a lot more friendly than he looks. He appears almost noble the way he looks out at the sea, his gaze steadfast and unwavering. Oh dear, that was close. He almost deceived me. The foreign man. I'm simply his guide. You mustn't think you've grown close to him just because you're able to hold a brief conversation. By the way. Pardon? Yes? That outfit you're wearing. Oh, this, yes, it's absolutely splendid. Yeah, my dad bought it for me. Brought it back for me. It's of a peculiar design with unusual accessories. The moment I saw it, I said, oh my. Oh my, I said. So pretty, I want to show it off to everyone. Oh, it's just so magnificent. Actually has a decent eye for clothing. I guess he has more in that head of his than meat. Actually, I brought back that outfit. When I heard I was going to meet my boss's daughter, I thought it would be best if I brought some kind of gift. So I had a tailor imitate the style of my homeland. I'm delighted it's to your liking. Hold on a second. Yes? You're saying these clothes I'm fawning over were given to me by you, and you had them made for me? And completely oblivious, here I am, wearing them now. Or precisely, you've been wearing them since lunch. Why didn't you say something before? This is humiliating. I want to bury my head in the sand. I thought you liked them. I did, but I've never met you. I wasn't sure what colors you liked, but I'm relieved to see you wearing them. They look nice on you. That's with a smile. He's always standing up perfectly straight, always looking stern and no nonsense, and he kind of scares me. He's a gentleman. Hey, I'm gonna go change. What? I'm gonna go change. I'll be back in 5 seconds. Just wait here. 5 seconds. Are you near your house? 5 seconds. Infeasible. Oh, God help me, Mom. God help me, Mom. I really need your help. My heart just skipped a beat. Just for a foreign man. Foreign man at that. This is trying to make it sadder because... This is trying to make it more depressing because... her boyfriend is... / husband, lover, whatever, is dead, right? That's what that arc was. Oh, is that so? Very well then. Oh, yeah. Thank you for the information. Really appreciate it. Don't worry about me. I'll keep safe. Bye. Shortly before I arrived at the village, a beast appeared. It killed a number of villagers, then disappeared. Ever since then, the village hasn't been itself. There's a cloud of gloom hovering over it, fear visible in everyone's eyes. At first I thought their fear was of the beast returning. That's not quite right. Their troubles with the beast are in fact still ongoing. Gavi? Hey. I hear you're asking me about the beast. Talking about the beast is taboo. People are gonna push you away even harder now. Oh, I guess you are leaving in a few days. Going missing? Beast problem's still going on, isn't it? After asking around and beginning to piece things together, when the beast first appeared, you chased it away. However, later, the beast came back killing villagers. After that, the beast disappeared, but villagers began disappearing too. Once a week, someone would just be gone. Even as the week passed, none of them ever returned. People of the village think the beast is responsible. Think it's kidnapping villagers. Right, this village is under the beast's curse. You're better off forgetting this place than the savage beast that dwells nearby. You don't belong in a place like this. Go back to your hometown where it's peaceful. The kind of life you deserve. Coffee. I want you to be honest with me about something. I won't tell you. Why not? They told me that you would know where the beast is, Javi. Heard from the other villagers. You once chased the beast. Sure you didn't mishear him? I'm positive. You know where the beast ran off to. You know where his hideaway is. Chased after it, found its den, and then came back. That's what I heard. Didn't you? Didn't you? Why'd you keep that from me? You told me about the beast. Asked you to tell me everything you knew, Javi. You brushed me off, said you didn't know anything. That I should talk to someone else. When in reality, you know more about it than anyone else. Tell me why. Why did you hide that from me? What were you thinking? As you watched me frantically asking around the village for more information? Were you enjoying yourself? Tell me, why are you always so mean to me? Oh, shut the hell up. Like I could tell you. Like I could actually tell you that. What'd the village tell you about me? You go something like this? That the kid didn't even take revenge for his parents? He's a damn coward? I'm sure you heard that one plenty from everyone, and now you think that I'm a coward too? I don't. Yeah, it's true. I went after the beast. I chased it down, and the night it killed my parents. Hiding around back, I saw it slip into the forest. I went after it, chasing it till I reached its den. I despised that beastia with everything I had. He murdered my mom and dad. He murdered my friends, the kindly priest, every decent person in town. I needed to get revenge for what it had done. It was my duty to bring retribution upon the beast, and it stole everything from me. So I tried to confront it, but couldn't do it. Not only could I not stand up to it. As soon as it turned around and I saw its eyes, its bloodshot eyes, the black irises, I couldn't move. Javi? That's right, I was a coward. I watched as it killed my parents. I even followed it home, but I couldn't do anything. Anything but run, flee, screaming in terror. That's all I could do. Javi, that doesn't make you a coward. The beast really was that terrifying. But I was supposed to stand up to it. What the rest of the village would have wanted. For someone to eradicate the beast. I came back having accomplished nothing. Everyone was so harsh. Coward, what did you even go out there for? Constant ridicule. What did they have to... They really want to have gone. They could have gone together and... No one's got that kind of courage left. They're all waiting for someone else to speak up. Someone to stand up and say, let's go kill the beast. But no one has the guts to take that initiative. It could have been me, but when I fled back to the village in fear, I lost that qualification. I think that was just me being me. Huh? I didn't tell you where the beast dwells. You think I was just me harassing you? I've seen the beast. I know how scary it is. I know how dangerous it is. You think I'd tell you where it is? I know good and well what you're thinking. That the guy you're looking for might have been taken by him. You want to go into its den and see if he's there? Knowing that, you really think I'd tell you? If you go, it'll kill you. You don't have any evidence anyway. Nothing that points to the guy being taken by the beast. But you don't need to put your life on the line for something like that. Something so uncertain. Even if, by some chance, he was taken by the beast, there's no way he'd be alive. That's what the beast does. No one comes back alive. But you came back alive, Javi. Which means there's no saying for sure either way. I ran away immediately, but even if he did manage to escape, all the more reason not to check the beast's den. I want to know for sure whether he's alive or dead. Somewhere in a little corner of my heart, part of me thinks he might just actually be dead. But I have to have faith. I'm so close to cracking. I think he won't ever come back to me. Why don't you just give up on him already? Knowing for sure I can't let go. I'll debate with myself forever till I die an old lady, but whether or not he's still alive, that's how my life will end. I want closure. You want to know for sure whether he's alive or dead, right? Be nude, he is dead. You'll be satisfied just knowing it? Right. Which is why I want to at least follow any possible leads. There might not be anything saying he's there. But it is true that the remains of the ship he was on washed up in this village. He wandered the area, ended up at the beast's den where he was killed. I'll let go. Javi, tell me where the beast dwells. Make this the last time. Huh? Even if you find no trace of him at the beast's den, even if you don't figure out whether he's alive or dead, you'll give up your search for him. You'll assume he's dead. If you don't reach some conclusion, you'll just keep searching, keep going to dangerous places, putting yourself at risk. I want you to stop that. Stop, go back to your town and live a normal life. Settle on an answer. You can promise me that and I'll tell you where the beast's den is. Okay, I promise. That'll be the last place I look. Two more things. First, I'm going with you. That one I knew. We knew that from the start. But I thought isn't it dangerous? He needs to know too. Exactly, I can't let you go alone. Javi, I have to go with you and make sure you don't do anything stupid. Alright, fine. And the other? You will not enter the den. You don't understand how dangerous the beast is. It knows no mercy. It indiscriminately attacks any human it sees. You can't let the beast find you. You just examine the den from the outside. And when you're done, back to the village. Understood? You need to promise me this. Okay. Alright, and one more thing. I thought it was just two things. Less of a promise, and more something that would be nice. I decided when we make it back to the village, I'd actually like... You could take me to your hometown. Oh no, don't put up red flags! Don't put up those red flags, Javi. That's not good. Javi? I'll figure out some way to get permission. I'll do my best to not be a burden. I'm just a kid. There's not a whole lot I can do even in a better place. But I'm surprisingly skilled with my hands. If you have work for me, I'll do anything. Oh, so there's that. Of course. Yes, of course I will. Go back to my hometown together and I'll show you around. You can get some great ham sandwiches there. We'll eat them together in the park. Ah, you told me that already. Are you ever not hungry, lady? Are you? And you laughed. You laughed, Javi. What? Back off. I did not laugh. Nope, you definitely laughed. You're kind of cute when you laugh, Javi. Do it again. Do it again. Go on, like this. Shut up. Stay back. Stop it. Don't touch my cheeks. I want to see it again. I'm not your plaything. Anyway, we set out tomorrow. We'll return before it gets dark, and you will keep your promises, and you will not do anything dangerous. Got it? Promise. Thanks, Jab. I don't need your thanks. Thank you. That thank you is not for him agreeing to tell me where the beast's den is, but because I can see that Javi is trying to save me. His care calms the turbulent waves that have been crashing inside me. I was always anxious, always believed. I always thought I'd see him again. I also recognized I was practically living in a fantasy. I was just too stubborn to admit it. I certainly won't be able to change how I feel immediately. I'll probably continue loving him. Nevertheless, Javi's words resonated comfortingly with me. I can see, if but vaguely, a new path, new way of life appearing before me. That's what he did for me. I'll make this the last time. My final attempt to find him. No matter the outcome, I'll stop stubbornly believing he's still alive. And then, I'll find happiness on a different path. Yeah, she's gonna find happiness, guys. Takes a deep drink of his water. Yep, that's what I need. Master, I've awakened. Gave me quite the startle. You don't remember? You suddenly started staring off into the distance and you wouldn't respond to anything I said. Back to the meta-narrative that only loosely ties these together so far. I thought you were playing a prank on me. Your hand? Oh yes, I didn't let go of it. If I had, we would have been in quite the predicament. Someone approaching the mansion, you say? You saw them? Those images were not shown to you by me. If you saw something, it was by your own powers. But if you think about it, that's nothing unusual. You are, after all, the master of this house. You should, in all actuality, be able to do anything I can do by yourself, Master. But it's very possible you would have knowledge that I do not. Now let us return to the mansion's tale. After the second beast paid a visit, Bestia began to destabilize again. The white-haired girl would soothe his heart, but his calm was only ephemeral. He was like a cracked glass ball. If you dropped him, that would be the end. If you put too much force into handling him, he would shatter. He was very difficult to care for, and cracks do not heal. The damage still remains, even if the two sides appear to be held together firmly in place. Furthermore, they slowly, gradually, and without intervention, spread. The beast appeared to be afraid of someone's voice. He'd go on occasion stare into empty space and shout, cover his ears, and groan. One day he shattered all the windows in the mansion, crushed the silver I had just polished to a shine, and destroyed all of the mirrors. I assume he didn't want to see his beastly self.
Oh, there's more. There's still more that reflects my image. Windows, mirrors, vases, dishes, they all show my reflection.
Doing?
I have no need of anything that reflects me. You can understand that, can't you?
Why? You're gonna cut your hands like that? Bracing the wall with her fingers, the white-haired girl approached Bestia. She stretched her spindly fingers out towards the beast's rugged hands. His hands were wet with blood from his frenzied attempts to destroy anything reflective in the house. Look at all these cuts.
Stop, you're gonna dirty your hands, get back.
I'm not. I will not.
Of no use. No matter how many times you call me human, the mirrors tell another story. Not just the mirrors, everything reflective shouts beasts at me angrily. Look at how precarious I am. It's hideous. Pitiful. I thought it was all over when I protected you from the beast. That image keeps coming back to me. The sight of another beast clinging onto me, I can hear its voice. It says I was only ever a beast.
Voice? Whose voice?
You don't know, you can't hear it.
You're fighting against something beyond the limits of my perception?
Fighting, no. If only it were a fight. It speaks the undeniable truth.
As I've said before, you're not a beast. You look like me, I'm certain of it.
Your eyes.
What?
Your red eyes. They show you nothing, but they show you what I am. They show me what I am. They show me the difference between us.
Are you afraid of my eyes? If my eyes cause you fear, if you can see them in your reflection, you're welcome to destroy them. Rip them from me with your own hands. I have no need of them after all.
Why would you go so far for me? The voice says you're laughing at me. That deep down you ridicule me. Do you believe that?
After all the time we've spent together?
I don't know, I'm starting to lose confidence. I think I believe you, but I find myself wavering. I'm losing sight of myself and you, of everything. In all my memories, I'm a beast. The voice says I was always this way, which I suppose means I am a beast. I can't be anything but.
Do not trust the voice. Trust me instead. I do not want to make another mistake. To do something like run away because I'm so weak-willed.
I do not understand this woman. She's so pure-hearted, so beautiful, like hope personified. I want to understand, to believe her. I was sure I could do it, but I keep failing. Why am I losing my grip on everything? Are words not enough to convince you?
What? Are words not enough to convince you that you are not a beast? Then see for yourself, feel for yourself. There's but one difference between us.
What do you do?
I assume our skin, our hair, and our eyes are different colors. But those do not count as a difference. The only thing that differs between us is our sex.
Wait, hold on.
In his utter shock, Bestia was frozen in place, and he was right to be surprised. The sound of rustling fabric shook the air in the forlorn mansion. She'd placed her hand on the sleeve of her garments and begun to disrobe. Before long, gaze upon me. She was standing there completely undressed. Her body was incomparably beautiful, slender, not an ounce of excess fat on her. The sight of her was impressive, almost divine. Even I let out a gasp when I saw her. I didn't actually check if we were playing a censored or uncensored version, or if there was such a thing. Funnily enough. I checked for, should I get a patch? I did not check that. I guess the game isn't infamous enough to have one of those. Oh well. Or a lot of information hovering around saying always get this or never get this or it's worth it or not. See for yourself. Whoops, text, please. This is the first time Bestia had seen the white-haired girl unclothed. While they slept in the same bed, as I said before, they did not have a physical relationship. She grasped his unmoving hand and guided it towards her. He moved his hand across her flesh, along the curve of her shoulder, down her arm, and pressed it against her chest firmly enough for him to feel her beating heart. Do you think this caused a stirring within him? Is there any man for whom the touch of a woman's skin could not? Especially one as beautiful as her. However, he was not aroused. Why do you think that was? Because a beast cannot lust after a human? I believe you know the answer. Are you crying?
Could you smile for me?
What? I want to see your smile. Like this. I'm not sure I'm doing a good job.
Oh, you're doing fine. Your smile is so pretty. Calms me, warms my heart. I think I know someone somewhere who has the same smile.
We flip back to the town? No, it's a flashback.
Thank you for seeing me out. Don't mention it. I learned so much about this town thanks to you. You made my stay here quite enjoyable.
R.I.P. and peace, merchant.
What's the matter? You're looking rather glum. I wonder... I wonder why the sea exists. I was born in a port town, so it's always been there for me. This huge, never-ending expanse. Magnificent ocean. Far too big for a single measly human like me to cross. It's so pretty.
It is.
I feel I understand why you like the sea. But right now I can't help wonder why God created such an enormous sea. Why he didn't make the world smaller. I'm sorry, I'm talking nonsense.
Not at all.
I'll probably be back, eventually. It's just part of the job.
You'll have lunch at the seaside restaurant again?
Quite likely.
I bet it'll be mostly meat, too.
Is your stomach able to handle it?
I'll train up for next time. I guess that means there'll be a next time.
Your ship is going to embark soon.
Yeah.
People get mad if you're not helping them prepare?
Most likely.
You should hurry off then.
Yeah. One word answers.
Pauline. I just wanted to thank you again. I appreciate you taking so much time to show me around.
Is that all?
No. I don't know why, but I was considering leaving without telling you this. I'd like you to tell me. I'd feel better if you turned me down.
What?
My homeland's only getting more isolated. Unlike your country, mine's not eager to associate with the rest of the world. I probably don't even have their patronage anymore. What I'm saying is I have absolutely no stability. I can't even say for sure whether I'll be back. So, right, there's nothing but obstacles. My mom would be opposed as well. But I've fallen for you. The way you look staring out at the sea, the shape of your lips when you smile at me, the kindness in your voice. The more time I spend with you, the deeper I fall in love with you. The whole world could separate us, and these feelings would not change. Oh damn, you beat me to it. If I'd waited, I don't think you would have ever gotten to it. I'll say it myself too. I love you, Pauline. I fell for you the moment I first saw you. I promise we will meet again. Promise. I'll be waiting.
It's visible in both of our eyes, this love strong enough to wash away all our tribulations. It's right there, plain as day in each of our eyes. Mine and his. So if this is like the previous chapter, what will happen is she will discover that her husband is dead, or that maybe the beast is the murderer. This is what I was thinking. And then it will like immediately end the scene. It will end the scene before we see what she decides to do. I feel like that's where the story would go. Because that's what it did last time. It just cut us off at like that peak drama moment and then just told us nothing. Right?
Did you hear something? Sounded like someone's voice.
I didn't hear anything.
It must have been your imagination. Oh. You want me to turn back, lady?
Huh?
You're looking nervous. I'm just fine. Let's keep moving. But there is one thing. What? My name isn't Lady, it's Pauline.
Ah, this again.
Lady is so distant, I don't like being called that. Call me Pauline.
Polly.
How's that? Can I call you Polly? Oh, come on, I'd rather you call me Pauline. I'm an only child. I've always wanted a younger brother or sister, but Polly makes it like I'm the younger one.
I'm not your brother, and I'm not a child.
Called yourself a kid yesterday, though.
That's not what I meant.
Fine, fine. You can call me Polly. Not my full name, but I'm glad you're calling me something other than Lady Javi.
I'll do that. Oh, you left. What? Quiet. Oh, you're no fun. The mansion up ahead, standing atop the cliff. Can't say why exactly, but I feel like it's something that shouldn't be there. What do you mean? Feels out of place in this, and something seems off about it. Like it's somehow ethereal. I swear I didn't put my name in this game. It could just disappear at any moment. I'm probably just overthinking things. Sorry, that was stupid of me to say. It's okay. We still can't see the mansion Javi's talking about from here. Dense, overgrown forest. Wasn't this literally like within running distance of like a moderate town? That someone was like within range to go to a marquee. They shouldn't be that far out, right? Out of like civilization. For some reason I can sense we're approaching it. Strange sensation. Maybe the mansion teleports? Anxiety is bubbling up from deep inside me, and at the same time I feel like I could burst into tears. Not out of fear, but familiarity. Familiarity? I've never been to this country before. Everything I'm seeing is new to me. There's nothing at all for me to find familiar. Why then? I'm gonna ask you one more time. Are you sure you want to do this? I am. You agreed not to go inside. Don't break that promise. Okay, don't worry. For putting you through this, making you relive unpleasant memory, for accompanying me when you have nothing to gain from it. Don't worry, I'll just have a look around. I'm only searching for a sign he was there. When I'm done, we'll return to the village together. Alright. Now let's go. Push our way through the dark, dense woods, and then, like the world fading into view after a dream, a mansion appears before us. It rests quietly upon a cliff against a backdrop of emerald ocean. This is the beast's den? It should by all rights be a magnificent scene, but the blue sky and the jade sea clash with the building. It appears alone, isolated precariously from the rest of the world. It is the mansion where the beast dwells. Careful not to make any noise, we draw nearer to the house, this inexplicable structure sitting in between the forest and the cliff. The fluttering I feel in my heart does not seem to be caused only by fear of the beast. Weeds and plants growing unchecked around the house are tall enough for Javi to hide in. I imagine that's how he approached the mansion the first time, lurking in the overgrowth. People in the village thought about leaving this area? Going somewhere else, away from the den? Only those with enough savings can do that. Leave without money and you'll just die in a ditch somewhere. Everyone's made their lives here in this village. We have farmland, cattle, ships. Not easy to let it all go. Not everyone can just hop on a boat to another country like you, Polly. We're not wealthy. Sorry, I didn't mean to offend. I know, I was being too harsh. You're just ignorant. So naive you believe the whole world is this perfect, magical place. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. If you're capable of seeing the world like that, there's no reason you should look at it any other way. Mature as you can, Javi, you're also rather cynical. Well, pardon me. When you said you'd take me to your town, it kind of made my day. There's nothing left for me in this village. You'll find plenty of new things, I'm sure. You even find some friends in my town. After all, you've still got a long life ahead of you, Javi. You should make it a fun one. Make it sound like I'm about to throw myself off a cliff. I didn't mean it like that. We should try to keep quiet from here on out. Okay, got it. As we drew closer to the mansion, I can see the ivy twisted across its stone walls. I press my back against the wall and take a few deep breaths. There's a window next to me. There really is a beast. A terrible man-eating monster inside. I'm in danger if it catches me. Javi's eyes entreat me not to get closer, but I have to see. I have to see if there's a mountain of corpses inside these walls. If there's even the slightest trace of him. I'm just gonna have a look. Peek in from the outside without being noticed. That's all I'm going to do. And when it's done, I'll go home. Through the window, I see a dimly illuminated hallway. Like the garden, the inside is desolate. There's still a sense that someone lives here. It's not completely abandoned. Polly. I sense something moving inside the mansion. I hold my breath so whatever is there doesn't sense my presence, doesn't sense my gaze. And then, what? A shadow whisks past. No. Polly. Open the door. Stop, you idiot. What do you think you're doing? please open the door. Polly, you promised me if you lost your mind, the only thing in there is... It's not a beast. A beast isn't living in this mansion. You're wrong, it is. There's a beast in there, a beastia. Get away from the door, the beast. Not a beast. Open the door, open the... I knew it. I was right. You're alive. You're alive! Never stop believing. Knew you wouldn't die. Would you? Yukimasa? I had faith you were alive. I wanted to prove it, and I was right. I'm so glad I had faith. So glad I didn't give up. I missed you so. All this time I never stopped thinking about you. Never stopped imagining our reunion. Yukimasa, I'm so glad you're alive. Oh, Polly, get away from him. That's the beast. Kill me if I don't kill you, and so I must show you that I will. I must show you I'm serious. I must kill you, or you won't understand. The Yukimasa. So the Asian guy is the beast? Okay, okay. If I don't show you firsthand, you won't understand. Make you understand. Your flesh and bones understand. I'll kill you. Gone crazy. Okay. They're gonna redo the cutscenes, and it'll be a dude with pale skin. Alright. Well, we knew he looked like a person. That wasn't like too much of a surprise. Pray for my mercy, weep and struggle and suffer and die. Look at this. None can stand up to me. Humans have no chance against beasts. Yeah, we know he's lost it. The twist is that you thought it was, we both thought it was the merchant, right? That was the twist. We thought the merchant was her boyfriend when it was actually the beast. Yukimasa, what's wrong? What? What's the matter? Hey, Pauline. Came to find you, missed you so much. Yukimasa? Sorry, I still don't understand your language. Wait, what are you doing? Where are you going? Stop it, Polly, don't go after him. Polly! Why are you running from me? Don't you recognize me? It's Pauline, you're alive. Yukimasa's good. Are we gonna get the scene where, does he kill Pauline? Is that the twist? He killed Pauline in the last scene? What? Kana? Why would you point that at me? You're scaring me. What's gotten into you? Hey, what's the matter? Yukimasa, do you know who I am? What happened? You used to be able to speak my language so fluently. Let's talk. What do you say? Get that thing away, please. It's dangerous. Ah! What? Why? You cut. And he just starts screaming and stabbing her. Ah, there he is. There it is, the twist. So what? Why? Yukimasa, it's me. It's Pauline. Open your eyes. Stop, Yukimasa. Please stop it. Why would you do this to me? Stop, Yukimasa, stop this. His blade held high above my head glimmers. Why? He's beast. Tell me, Yukimasa, did you kill all those villagers? Are you gonna kill me too? And he's just roaring. He's... Ripperoni. Pauline. Me, Pauline, please open your eyes. Go back to my... I never got the chance to ask. You wanted to move my country. We wouldn't have to wait so long to see each other. What do you think, Yukimasa? Burn in hell. Why? Tell me why. What happened here? Grateful you cannot see. You would certainly think me a beast if you were able to see this. You cannot see, you do not know what I look like. But I know. Another beast like me broke into the mansion. I protected you. Did I not? I protected you? Hey, I protected you. I did this to you. Actually. Was it actually a beast? Did it stand up? The end. I can hear a woman's voice. I can't keep my eyes open. I wonder who she is. They seem close. She is someone else? And you would have just said so. Wouldn't be so angry. Been apart so long. It does kind of hurt. It hurts. I can't take it. Just once. Turn back and say my name. I did. You're still alive. We were lovers, weren't we? So why? You said you wanted a peaceful life. I can't take this. It hurts. Can't take it. Story should end here, right? Well, almost is to spend a nice quiet life with you. I don't need anything extravagant. Just an ordinary life, slowly growing older, maybe having 3, maybe 4 children. We never fight, and eventually, before I knew it, be an old lady. Thinking, oh, it was an eventful life, but it was the best I could have asked for. That's the life I want, and what about you? What about you? Yes, I too wish for a peaceful life with you. Wait, why are we following Shabby? Polly. I couldn't do it. And he goes crying. What's the matter? You look pale as a ghost. What, I lied to you? I haven't told a single falsehood, master. Oh, about the beast. It means you were seeing her memories then? Is that so? That must have been quite difficult to witness. I assure you I've told no lies. Bestia was convinced he was a beast. And as a servant to this house, it's my responsibility to present my former master to you as he saw himself. It would have been a very different story had you not discovered the truth. Beast meets a white-haired girl and learns humanity. The tale would have been far easier on you, I'm sure. By remaining in the dark and seeing the story through his eyes alone, you would not have had to witness the poor girl's miserable. That perhaps would have been better for you. But the reality you observed through her eyes changes the truth of his tale. It sounds like the visions you had did not run in parallel to the events I described for you, placed slightly earlier in time. Okay. Which means that yes, her fate was set in stone well before you ever saw it. I do have to wonder, though, why did Bestia believe the woman to be a beast like him? The poor young woman who called upon the mansion did indeed resemble Bestia. They were of a similar race. She's half Japanese, half something else. Half her blood was the same race as his. But was that the only reason? Would that be enough for him to mistake her for a beast? I assume he'd just mistake everyone for a beast. Anyone that makes him think of anything. Doesn't really matter. I have my own theory. His memories may have played a role. I suspect Bestia was afraid of the memories from when he was human. Caused him to waver. That's simply my own speculation. Perhaps he'd merely lost his grip on reality. How well have you come to understand, Bestia Master? You do appear to think he was an ordinary human who believed himself to be a beast, but where does the line between man and beast truly lie? That I do not know. Master, if, like Bestia, you were to lose your memories and endure persecution and degradation till you broke, would you still remember those you care for? Now our tale is not yet over. The web of misfortune was tightly, oh so tightly entangled, it could not be unraveled. Let's turn now from her memories to the point where we left off in our story. Why are we doing this? We had another story where we didn't do this. I mean, that was probably the right spot to end the story, right? More or less. She gets murked. She gets murked, and you try to figure out what is Javi gonna do, what's gonna happen next, and then boom, they just leave you, right? Isn't that what we were doing here? Okay, well, I guess we're continuing. Right, back to her memories. Left in the story. Just after the white-haired girl had disrobed, showing Bestia the difference between her and him. This was, yes, several days following the young woman's death. The blood in the hall had been cleaned up. There was no trace of it any longer. He'd made a tremendous mistake, though the only people aware of that mistake are you and I. There is perhaps a chance the white-haired girl had realized, but she knew nothing of the woman. So I entreat you not to fault the white-haired girl for trying to be kind to Bestia. She is without sin. In any and all times. Beast know the man. May the white-haired girl put her clothes back on. He seemed to have calmed down a bit. After examining her body and comparing it with his own, he was once again coming to think he might not be a beast. In the past, he would have rejoiced to have proof of his own humanity. However, it was for him then the seed of several new doubts. That I'm a human. Yes. You still believe this? Certainly do. You're simply mistaken. You believe yourself to be a beast because of what the villagers said. Why did they call me a beast? If I was able to see, I could surely answer all your questions, but I cannot, so all I can offer you is my conjecture. Go on, tell me. I suspect you do not come from this country. You do not come from this continent. You came to this continent from far, far away, perhaps even across the seas. Land has been cast into turmoil by the war. Fortunately, no fighting reached the village, but it has blocked trade routes, stripped them of their independence, and cast a dark shadow over their hope. They are quite devastated, I imagine. And then you showed up, from what I heard. The area is not particularly friendly to people from other countries. And less so those from another continent. I doubt they know much about distant lands, so they probably had never seen someone like you before. In addition, you would have been wearied and worn. I guess you were emaciated, wasting away, enough that you didn't even look like yourself. Do you remember how you arrived at the village? When I woke up, I was on the beat. I don't remember anything before that. My joints ached. I was incredibly thirsty. I was in so much pain I sought help. But nothing I said got through to the villagers. I didn't understand what they were saying either. The one thing you did understand was that they were calling you Bestia. I also understood that the word was used to describe beasts. The way they looked at me wasn't normal, so I imagine at first they simply didn't want the trouble. They didn't actually think you were a beast. Simply that this wretched man, unfamiliar in appearance, who had washed ashore, resembled a beast. Washed ashore. You're in an accident, were you not? While crossing the sea? I don't remember. I can't remember. Mustn't remember. And if I'm not a beast, that means the other beast wasn't one either. What did the other beast look? He looked somehow familiar to me. Hair color, skin color, eye color. The way it spoke seemed so vaguely familiar, which means it was. I can't accept that. If I do, that means I've done something terrible. No. What? What? They did call me a beast. I was in fact a beast. Oh, what up, my dude? As I've been saying, it's because... Tell me I'm a beast, please! Let me remain a beast! How do you imagine he saw the world? I can't even begin to fathom. But you can never know what someone else sees. There's nothing to say they see the same thing as you. As you and I have seen different things, so too did the man and his lover see different things. Or perhaps Perchance the true shape of the world is visible only through the white-haired girl's sightless eyes. Do you think the reason he so stubbornly rejected his human memories is because he had taken the life of his beloved? I personally believe there was more to it than that. An ominous twist, my friend. The beast has been revealed as the lover of Pauline. And the other beast was revealed as Pauline actually was literally no threat to him at any point. Someday you shall remember. You shall remember everything. I won't allow you to avert your eyes. Remember that you have always been a beast, capable of saving anyone, only of taking. Remember and suffer, agonize, rise, anguish, grieve. It's a damn shame. Our homeland's but a stone's throw away, and they still won't let us in. How long are they going to maintain this stance? Regrettable, isn't it, son? I agree with you wholeheartedly, Captain Asama. We can make it far on the white man's ship. They give no response to our missives. I'm not sure it's even reaching the magistrate's hands. It's so difficult to be even the slightest bit accommodating to your fellow countrymen. Is it really? They seem to be treating the white men rather poorly as well. Here they imprison them on a tiny man-made island. That's no way to make friends. Well, all things considered, you can hardly call this our homeland anymore anyway. How many generations has your family lived overseas again? I'm the third. I see, I doubt you have any attachment to this land then. Not quite true. I may never have the opportunity to set foot on her soil, but my spirit dwells within the land. My grandfather told me much about this country. Over 4 rich, vibrant seasons, boundless beauty. I'm deeply grateful you invited me on this voyage to visit her, Captain Asama. I have finally, if only at a distance, laid eyes upon my home. I cannot say when this era may draw to a close, but I hope the time comes when we can proudly proclaim her our motherland. Can't find food this good back home. I eagerly await the day that becomes true. As do I. I lied to her. She believes I was born in the Orient, but in truth I've never once set foot in that country. I was born in Europe. My family has not been permitted to return since my grandparents left. I can still remember as clear as day the look of profound regret on my grandfather's face as he departed from this world. He bequeathed unto me a katana, and on that day, the blade became the one object binding me to my homeland. I could not bring myself to tell her that I'm disallowed to return home. I didn't want her to think I'd been forsaken by my country. My country would do such a thing. However, some part of me believes there was more to it than that. Lovely. I never would have expected it, not on this ship. One of the crew was conspiring with a government official. He had unreported goods aboard and delivered them in secret. What goods? Silver coins. Spanish coins trade for more than they're worth as currency. The official was sentenced to commit seppuku. But we are responsible for our own crew's management. I'm still trying to decide how to handle it. Have him. The sailors brought shame upon the entire ship. He's made to take responsibility for his actions. Perhaps we can minimize the damage to our reputation. You make a fair point. Unfortunately, he's not of this land. I doubt he's familiar with the ritual. Then I shall serve as his second and ensure he dies without issue. You lost your mind? Trained in the art? It's unlikely I should fail. You are not a samurai, though. I was born into a family of samurai. At least, it wasn't until 3 generations ago. That blood still courses through my veins. Very well, then. That is how we shall do it. Now commence the ritual seppuku of our fellow crewman, Seedorf. Seedorf has, in violation of restrictions set in place by the shogunate, committed the grave crime of smuggling prohibited goods into the country. In order to atone for this betrayal of the trust of both nations, he vows to take his life here before you. Any last words? I deeply regret that we should have to lose a companion with whom we have traveled the 7 seas in this manner. It wasn't me. What? It wasn't me. I've been set up. I didn't smuggle anything. I don't know anything about any silver coins. I've been framed. Believe me, why should I have to slice my own? He must have said the accusations were false. Lies to escape punishment. I couldn't allow him to continue shaming himself and us when his fate has already been decided. It only served to tarnish the ship's honor. But an investigation was performed. It is our duty to trust those results. Right. Yes, you're right. Good work. Now this needs to be cleaned up. Yes, sir. Sorry I was mistaken, but I'd like to ask you anyway. Were you smiling as you did it? You must have been seeing things. Was that really the only reason? I couldn't bring myself to tell her the truth. It's weird that this story is continuing when the first one did not. What was that dream? Was that from my memories? No. Sama, I've never met that man. Or that woman. No. I was just, it wasn't me. I don't remember anything, not a thing. Not a single thing. I'm a beast, not a human. I don't need these memories. No. Are you there? Are you there? Where are you? Come to me. Be with me. Peace. My peace. Where are you? Where have you gone? Why are you not at my side? Don't remember anything. Stop remembering. He really doesn't want to remember, does he? That silver coin? Vanished silver? Some weeks after we set off back west, I find a silver coin in the ship's hold. I don't know if it got overlooked or dropped when transporting the rest, but there's just one. The first thing I think when I find is that I should report it to Captain Asama. But instead, I slip the coin into my pocket and take my leave of the hold as if nothing ever happened. Not for the purposes of smuggling it for some extra cash. It only has extra value in the east. Back west, it's worth nothing more than its designated value as currency. So again, it's not for want of money. Well, damn. Seems Seedorf might have been innocent after all. Perhaps so. He had no hand in smuggling. I've done horribly regrettable. No, as you said, an investigation was conducted. We had no choice but to believe the information we were given. You mustn't blame yourself. I feel bad for putting such an unpleasant responsibility on you. Not at all. How do we handle this? I can't believe a silver coin was found in someone else's luggage. Best to handle this internally. Publicly, we've already made our amends with Seedorf's death. So it would be prudent to try and discover from where he's acquiring the coins, so as to prevent another such incident. Should one of our crew be caught smuggling again, he will not be the only one to ask to take responsibility. I have great sympathy for you, Captain Osama. This is quite the headache. Can't imagine he'd give up his connections just because we asked. We can force him. He doesn't want to talk, we can give him some encouragement. But worry not, Captain Osama. I shall take care of the dirty work. You needn't trouble yourself with anything, Captain. Leave it all to me. Captain. Very well. I'll leave this in your hands, Yukimatsu. Sir. How are you feeling? Untime me, what's the meaning of this? Silver coin was discovered in your luggage. Silver coin? Interesting, it seems you have quite a knack for acting. Hold on, I don't follow. I thought smuggling problem was taken care of. Seedorf wasn't the one doing the smuggling, it was you. Oh, like hell, I've never seen any damn silver coins. This is some kind of mistake. Check my bags again. That coin was found in your luggage, regrettably. Captain Osama saw it himself. Lies, I swear I've never touched one. That's so. I swear, never once. Please believe me, I'm no smuggler. And good work, even on this expedition. You know I'm not someone who'd get involved in smuggling. I don't know what kind of person anyone is. We may have known each other for years, but that doesn't mean I have any way of knowing what you think in private, how you feel, what kind of person you are. You smuggled the coins, didn't you? I didn't have nothing to do with it. Who was your supplier? How dare you, I'm no smuggler. Put Captain Asama in an uncomfortable position if you don't talk. We can't risk damaging our homeland's trust any further. I swear I had nothing to do with it. You won't tell. Can I tell you something I know nothing about? I see. You believe me? That's very, very important information. Enough that you can't give it up easily. In which case, I'll do what I have to do until you talk. What are you? When you're ready to talk, let me know. I'll stop right away. Wait, stop, what are you? My thick fingers you have. Like a, what are you? But it's all, your bones aren't any thicker than anyone else's. Ah! My finger! Let's start screaming. That was just the first, your little finger. Next is the ring. Stop, please. Don't, I'm begging you. Are you ready to talk? Well, don't do anything. Too bad. Ah! This seems like a weak course of action. I found a silver coin in one person's luggage after someone got executed for it. And so they're immediately torturing the guy for information. My first question is, how do we know it's not someone planting this? It seems silly just to assume the first guy you see is that guy, right? Your middle finger. Don't. Ah! Your right hand's going to be useless if you don't start talking soon. What do you want me to tell you? I swear I had nothing to do with it. That is so stubbornly refusing to talk. Is your supplier really worth going through such lengths to protect? I can't tell you what I don't know. That's... Ah! Ooh, all that's left is the thumb. Someone get me. Just so we're clear, everyone on board knows what you did. No one's going to come with smuggler's aid. God, I can't take any more of this. Please stop. Ready to talk? What'll it be? I'll talk. I'll talk. If anything you tell me is a lie, you can consider your life forfeit. Are you ready to tell me the truth? We'll investigate the details of your confession. If you lie, we will find out. Understood? But... or can't you? I don't know anything. Shame. Ah! Oh well, won't be using your right hand ever again. Although, there are still 5 fingers on your left. Are you in pain? I find it strange that this story is continuing and not following the mansion. Because it hasn't made it more compelling right now. They made some weird story choices. The first story ending abruptly was weird, but I thought that was because maybe, like, no significant events happen in the mansion from then on, or that are connected to the mansion. Like, everything sucks, they move to the other place. And you kind of just assume they moved out because, like, they thought it was cursed or something. Like, I thought that's what it would be. So I thought either they did that, or, like, narratively they're just killing the story and we're going to tell you in the second part. But they didn't do that, so I figured, okay, they'll just cut us off at, like, climax. But we've already had the big spicy scene with the twist reveal. So now I'm, like, wondering why we're still going and why we're having scenes that are, like, not mansion related, but mansion related in, like, related to people. We don't have an established pattern yet. All right, do you want me to stop? Yes, please. All right. 4 left. Scratch the face. I wish I could show it to you in a mirror. What's wrong with you? You monster. I'm not doing it because I want to. You're the one forcing my hand by refusing to talk. Go on, spit it out. Wouldn't believe anything I said anyway. How long have you been doing this? You're the first. Liar, you sick bastard. It's the truth, though. And why are you smiling? 3 left. Will it be? You tell me everything, no lies, no omissions. It wasn't me, I didn't do anything. 2 left. It's surprising how easily they break. No. No. Stop! This is the last one. It burns. My fingers are on fire. Now, what's next? It burns. It burns. Are you listening? Hello? Ah, ah. This over a few broken fingers. Need me to wake you up? Let me tell you something. I'm the one who put the coin in your luggage. Of course you don't know anything. I want anyone in here. The silver coin wasn't... Don't go shouting things you'll regret now. Hard to fight back with your hands in that condition. Having trouble breathing? Well, are you? Need air? I guess it's hard to talk with my hands around your throat. You want air? Alright. You can have some air. Alright. Oh, would anyone please get it? You just don't learn. I can see the words written on his face. Why? Why are you doing this? Why? That's a good question. I'm not even sure myself. Hey. Answer me. Well, damn. I missed the opportunity to use my katana. No opportunity here. I tossed the man's body overboard. My story will be that he snuck out while I wasn't looking. Threw himself into the sea. As I watched the sack of flesh sink into the depths, I'm thoroughly shocked to realize I don't feel the slightest bit bad about what I've done. No regret, no remorse. I comprehend that the things I've done are reprehensible, that they're evil, but the knowledge wasn't sufficient to restrain my urges. There's an itch I've felt deep in my chest since the moment my blade sunk its teeth into Seedorf's neck. I don't know what to call it. I feel like I'm floating. Everything swirling about inside me has been unleashed, been set free. An edge of anxiety then. If I continue down this path, what might I transform into? Despite feeling not the slightest bit guilty about the horrible things I've done, I still fear his life. Fear this life I've made slipping away from me. I want something to anchor me. What exactly am I? Is this what I wanted to become? The kind of man who can take another's life without flinching? Fully aware of his actions? If that's truly what I am, perhaps it would make things easier if I did lose everything. Okay. Don't scare me like that. Where'd you pick up a word like... Isn't it? Never took you for someone so pretentious. Right. Back to this. You look like a rabbit the way you were tossing your head back and forth, looking around for me. Oh, you. Oh, a child. I'm not a little girl anymore. Oh, are you really? Don't be mad, Pauline. I'm not mad at all. It's been a year and a half. We finally get to see each other again. That we do. Trouble is, like, okay, they're giving us like a thorough explanation of how this story is going, with all the backstory you could ever want. But I'm still lost as to why we didn't get this kind of treatment for the first story. Wouldn't that have made more sense if we were going to do a bunch of like sub-stories to actually finish the first one? Whatever, let's keep going. Fall ill or get caught in a storm, run into any kind of danger. Oh, there was no trouble. Everything went fine with that incident. The sea god was watching over us, I suppose. I don't know. I don't know. What am I? Who am I? What is this room? What are those colored windows? Were those here before in the mansion? I don't know what this is. An angel? The angel is looking at me. It's laughing. Looking down on me and laughing. The angel is laughing at me. The angel. I, the angel. Where are you? I went to the kitchen to get a drink of water. You have nothing to worry about. I won't run away from you. I'm not human. I'm not human. Oh, not a human. Oh. Alright, I imagine it's quite disconcerting having lost your memory. But no matter what happens, you'll always be afraid. The words of encouragement I truly want to do. Am I afraid of being myself? I don't know. Don't think about it. I'm a beast. One with no memories. We're still going. I thought this would be over. Like 30 minutes ago. His psyche drifted erratically between human and beast. He accepted himself as human and might cause memories better left buried to return to him. He accepted himself as beast in exchange for his memories he'd no longer be able to rejoin human society. The white-haired girl fervently supported him in these precarious times. I was quite amazed. I never imagined she'd grow to be such a strong woman. Nevertheless, God is a cruel master. For what strength he gave her, spiritually he took in equal part from her physically. Though she persisted day in and day out to stay by the man's side, one day she suddenly fell ill. Her in the throes of a high fever and not knowing the cause, he fell into a perpetual panic. There was no medicine in the mansion. They could hardly manage to pull together sufficiently nutritious meals. Though there was no medicine, there was something else that could make her feel better. However, everything he could think of required him to leave the house. Is there anything you'd like? Anything I'd like? Considering visiting the village. You're going to the... I thought I might be able to get some medicine. I'd prefer to bring a doctor here. I know it would come if they learned you were in this. He was planning on putting on a disguise to enter the village as a person. The white-haired girl smiled when she heard his idea. He had, after all, wanted to think of himself as human. However, because she was so pure-hearted, she did not comprehend the full extent of the slaughter he had confessed to committing. The revenge he'd taken on those who chased him around. How sinister his cackling and furious his reaping. She didn't grasp how serious it was. She had faith that Bestie had kindness in his heart. Cannot get any medication? Then buy me some oranges, please. This is the land blessed by the sun. You should be able to find some wonderful fresh orange. Will that make you feel better? Will that make you feel better? It should. Okay. Bestia's mind was made up. He donned the skin of a human for her to protect the peace he had. He returned to the place that had left him with many painful memories. To him, the source of his fear. Whenever he let his guard down, their shouts would play back in his mind. Bestie, Bestie. Hideous beast. Though he had physically conquered the people who lived there, Bestia's memories of the village still haunted him. But her health meant more to him than any of that. He was willing to cast aside his fear if it meant the white-haired girl would recover. The girl, still in her bed, made his way out of the mansion. He crossed the overgrown forest, pushing forward one step at a time while trying to brush aside his apprehension, till he arrived at the village. This is where they called me a beast, where I was almost killed, where I killed them. I look different than I did then. I'm dressed differently too, but can I play the part? Act a convincing enough human. I have no choice. There are no other villagers. Can't let her die. Excuse me, could you answer a question for me? The village man's looking at me. Only for a moment, but for me that moment's torturously long. A faint look of panic crosses his face, perhaps fear of my appearance. He's staring at me. Will he point his finger and call me a beast? Will the other villagers come to kill me? I haven't seen you around here before. You didn't recognize me. Yes, I come from a faraway land. I'm unfamiliar with this area, so... You're dressed like a nobleman. On a secret trip or something? Something like that. You look really pale, though. Searching for a doctor? Yes, but not for me. Companions come down with fever. Ah, sorry to hear it. Well, I'd love to introduce you, but he's out right now. He won't be back for a few days. I see. Where might I be able to buy fruit? Ah, a shop around that corner. Thank you very much. Don't mention it. Take care, traveler. Dangerous out there. Starting to attract attention, but not the same kind as before. They don't look at me with revulsion, hatred, or furious indignation. They're simply curious. The village feels different than last time. Should it have changed this drastically? Or is it because I did look like a beast then? And now I look like a human? I don't know. Excuse me. Oh, yeah? I'd like to buy some fruit, some oranges. Oranges? Alrighty, want to see. The fruit vendor doesn't recognize me as a beastie. Any other year and they'd be a lot plumper than this. But this year we've had the end of the war and this whole mess with the beast. It's been crazy. You'd like, how about you come back in a few years, try oranges again? It'll be several times better, I assure you. Keep that in mind. You bet. That'll be... Sorry, I don't have any local currency. Would this suffice? What? Oh. No good, I take it? No. On the contrary, it's hardly fair for you. Trading a jewel for a few oranges? That's all I have to offer. Hope you can exchange it for money. Sure, you nobles are something else. Shoot. Although if you wander around dressed too well, you put yourself in danger. You might find yourself stripped bare by a bandit, or perhaps get the attention of the beast. Everyone mentions it. You speak of me. Have you heard the tales? There's a beast den not too far from this village. It attacked before. We've been living in fear for knowing when it might attack again. But that all ends today. Men have finally found their spines. They got out together and went out to exterminate it. What? He'll never guess who's responsible. A kid. A little boy is spearheading the attack. Never would have expected a kid to whip all our lazy, cowardly men into shape. Boy's the only one who knows where the beast's den is, and... Oh, hold on. What about your oranges? The men have banded together. They're gonna kill the beast. Why now? Why? When I'm not there. When the beast, I'm right here. I'm what you're trying to hunt. The only person in the mansion right now. It's her. He regretted not asking the fruit vendor how long ago the party set off. Though what good would that knowledge have done him? He had to hurry back regardless. The sun was beginning to set, draping the surroundings in a deep blackness. As if to keep him from returning home, the night wrapped its hands around his head, covering both eyes. In what direction did he have to head to return to the mansion? He stormed through the forest, and eventually the mansion appeared before him like the world fading into view after a dream. Bestia was a tempest in the night, blowing through the overgrowth toward the house. Please make it in time. I need her. I need the peace she provides me. The last thing I want is for her to die. In the blink of an eye, he was through the door, charging down the mansion's halls. He could not sense anyone else inside, though. All he could hear was the whoosh of the wind blowing into the house from somewhere. It seemed a window was open. Where are you? Where have we done? Answer me. Cried out the girl's name again and again, till his throat was sore and his voice was hoarse, but she didn't respond. He rushed into her bedchamber. Where are you? Where are you? Answer me. The man swung his head back and forth. He thought he might break his own neck. When he made it look down, he slipped, falling on his tailbone. He felt something slick on his hands, a sensation he'd recognize anywhere. The liquid was still warm. It can't be, it can't. It cannot be. Muttering incomprehensibly in fear, he crawled back through the door of her chamber into the corridor. Like a genuine beast, he followed the trail of slippery fluid on all fours. The trail glimmered like red wine. It stretched down the hall, past the living room, smeared across the floor like it had been wiped down with a mop. Man crawled and crawled until at last he reached the stairs leading to the cellar. The ruby trail continued, and from beyond the door he could hear men's voices. With a howl, the man stumbled down the stairs, throwing open the wooden door. His first impression was the stench of blood. It was suffocating, and indeed there he discovered the white-haired girl. He found himself unable to scream. Her once porcelain skin was no longer even sickly pale. It was now the bloodless color of dirt. She was sprawled haphazardly on the cellar floor, dried bloodstains around her half-open mouth. And those lips were naturally lacking their former rosy sheen. Her body was covered with an array of wounds, but the most prominent was the man's singular sword standing tall in her chest. This is the beast. He doesn't look the same. It's him. He's the same guy. He's the bestia. Several villagers surrounded him at the behest of a young boy. He's gotten himself dressed up all proper and fancy, but good clothes don't make him a good man. Isn't that right, bestia? Nay. Murderer! What? Why did you kill her? Why did you kill her? Well, you're working together to kill, like, dozens of people. Why did you kill her? Why did you kill her? Why did you kill her? Why? You want to know why? Her death was an accident, I'd say. I feel bad about what happened, but any woman who'd live with a man like you must be a witch. I mean, not wrong. It's not entirely wrong. She's totally forgiving him when he's like killing people at random, so... Though she's not quite clear what's going on, as the third person, potentially omniscient narrator has told us. She is not aware of things, that said. It is not a completely I don't think it's a completely unreasonable assumption to think that someone who's killed, like, how many people? Like, at least a half dozen people, by luring them to his cabin and murdering them, and then eating them. And not like, and then just invites another woman that she's probably working with him, especially when he continues the killing. It's not completely unreasonable to be like, how do you miss especially when she helps him clean up bodies. Like, she's not being suspicious at all. She's just making the assumption he's like a perfectly good person. It's definitely a beast. Look, it's like, I can hear a woman's voice. Oh, it's definitely a beast. Yeah, I'm blind. I'll just take the word for it. She has better hearing, right? He didn't see things from, like, the white-haired woman's perspective. The omniscient narrator tells us she's unaware. But the fact that she's multiple times said that she has better hearing than most people, and when we go to Pauline's perspective, Pauline is actively asking him why he's trying to kill her. Makes me think she should know something, but is like possible. Like, I don't know. It's weird. The narrator seems to be inconsistent here. She claims that she's completely innocent, and I'm like, the evidence would point to the opposite, given our omniscient perspective too. Ah, well. Anyway, does that hurt? Are you hurting right now, Beast? Maybe now you understand. You not only stole my parents and friends from me, you ripped the last shard of hope I had from my hands. Do you get it? Do you finally understand how I feel? Now do you know how it feels to have someone you care about taken from you? Pauline was desperately trying to find you. Why would you kill someone so devoted to you? Do you understand what you've done? I'm asking you a question, you goddamn murderer. I see. Now I have nothing left. What? The man stepped forward almost perfectly calm. His panic had vanished as if it were never there. His eyes disturbingly vacant. Perhaps the sorrow had overpowered him, beating his heart into quiet submission. That was not the case. Though his eyes were empty, a faint smile spread across his lips. The transition was as swift as though a gear switched in his head. The boy and the other villagers were frozen in place at the sight. Before long, the man was standing before the deceased girl's body. He pulled the blade from her chest. I knew it. I really was a beast. And what I wanted was a tether. What are you yammering on about? Didn't you care about that woman? Didn't you choose her over Pauline? You then threw her aside and butchered? What's wrong with you? What is she to you? Even my serenity, but she's dead now, and there's nothing I can do about it. Peace, calm, tranquility. The man's behavior was downright eerie, causing the boy to flinch back. Believing he'd had everything taken from him and couldn't possibly lose more than was, I imagine, what allowed him to stand up to the beast, the source of such crippling fear. Yet now he found himself unable to move. Classic. Clearly, what's this guy's name again? Hold up. Yukimasa goes down to the basement and just aura farms for 5 minutes. And no one tries to kill him, even though they literally broke into his stolen property to kill him. For killing his own evil. Alright. Found himself in the face of such an incomprehensible creature, paralyzed with fear. He found himself unable to move, and the villagers were similarly dumbstruck. Not even I could understand his behavior. What the hell is wrong with you? How can you laugh at this? I don't get it. How indeed? I wonder myself. I don't know either. You know what? It doesn't matter anymore, because every last one of my anchors has broken off and sunk into the sea. He's laughing. I can't do that one laugh. He's still going. I can't go louder. Damn it, get moving, kill it. I'll slaughter everyone. I'll slaughter every last one of you. It's auto-proceeding, by the way. Ah, yes. Why'd you even let him just go get his sword? My whole life, I've always wanted to kill. So, I'm trying. Okay. What up, my dude? What was it that inflicted you with such madness? Losing your memory in the shipwreck? The abuse and insult you suffered at the villagers' hands? Or was it your grief at not being able to return to your homeland? None of these were the root. You were always like this. You were always like this. You always bore those twisted desires. You held these deep, constant urges to cause others harm. That is your essence. The real you hidden beneath the mask of sincerity. The true beast that was your heart. The beast was convenient skin for you to wear. You wanted to be a brutal, savage murderer. You never really loved the white-haired girl, or the black-haired woman for that matter. You were merely attached to them, fixated on the idea of a world of tranquility. You used this peace to anchor yourself, to prevent yourself from drifting off into the ocean of your desires. You yearned to cause pain while hungering for the opposite, a calm life. You idolized this idealized life spent in a quiet harmony with another because you knew how difficult it would be for you to attain. Far more difficult for you than satisfying your cravings, but not impossible. I personally hope you'd find peace with someone rather than descend into savagery. It may have only been superficial, but it would have been very human. But ultimately, peace slipped through your fingers, and no one was left to suppress your desires. You cannot, after all, hold them back yourself. What a tragic man, what a hopeless man you are. I don't know, it seems like he's living the life he wants to live. He's just got I would say maybe has a loose grip on sanity, but it's That's not even that's not even the case right now. He's like actively rejecting his own knowledge so that he can pretend to be a beast and kill people. Like he's claiming to be a beast so that he doesn't have to take responsibility for murdering people, for wanting to murder people, which is the door of the cellar swung shut. You'd fallen to the floor at some point, unable to bear the stench of blood. The maid stood behind you, her arms wrapped around your shoulders. The maid's voice was chillingly gentle. That was quite horrific, wasn't it? You feeling unwell, master? Oh my, you're shaking. Fear not. I assure you the beast will not come through that door. I'm here for you and will continue to hold you for as long as you need to settle your nerves. Oh dear, you feel like you might freeze in my arms? Am I really that cold? Oh, to tell my own temperature. You should know what happened to Bestia after that. I could open the door once more and show you. But I have no intention of knowingly tossing you back into that den of horrors. He lost the rest of his humanity becoming holy beast. But to tell you more of the tale, it's my understanding an entire village was ravaged shortly thereafter. He was a bewitchingly talented swordsman. Not a single person living in the village could stand up to him. In the woman's memories you saw, he was a gentle man, yes. But even the mildest of men can change. Though personally I believe without an element of monstrousness buried somewhere within, a man cannot become a beast regardless of what may push him in that direction. Do you follow? Now, tell me, master, have you remembered anything? Oh dear, I was afraid of that. I'm a remarkably patient maid. I shall accompany you for as long as you require. So do please find your memories. Now let's head to the next door. The mansion's quite large, so hold on to my hand. Wouldn't want to get separated. Okay, so I think we're done part 2 now. I don't think the part after I feel like the part after we find out his wife finds him after he's been lost and he murders her immediately and claims that he's like protecting people by killing her is I feel like that was a better ending. Their choice of ending it later on didn't actively improve things, and it also didn't end with a resolution to like it didn't like, you know, okay, now we have the beast, and she ends it with like a third person cleanup where she's like, oh yes, and then in the end he went and killed everyone, and you're like, oh okay, like okay, was that supposed to be like an interesting end? I don't know. I feel like the ending was the same as when you reach the same like thematically the ending was basically the same as when you find out that Pauline's the beast he claims to have killed, and that the white-haired girl helps hide the body of. Like I feel like that's like the point where you're just like, oh, that's silly. You're like, oh, okay, I get what happened. All right, we know how this isn't gonna, like, he's just gonna kill everyone, right? He's not changing. And then they like explicitly say he's getting more erratic, so I'm like, okay, well, we've gotten there. And we played out another scene, but it feels weird because the first story ended at the first spicy scene. This one had the spicy scene and then played out a couple more scenes, but then didn't fully end either. I'm trying to figure out like how they're trying to structure these sub-stories, because they're also asking me about my memories, and I'm like, was I supposed to be like Mel or something? No, the other story is completely unrelated. Okay. Completely unrelated and 100 years apart. Okay, well, that was a thing. So, I'm kind of not sure what they're trying to do here. We'll see if it gets more interesting. I feel like both stories were kind of okay. I think the second story was worse than the first one. It wasn't like it wasn't particularly interesting. The twist was kind of alright, but the rest was whatever. Like, oh, okay. It's the beast, but he's talking, and it's like, well, we haven't seen anything other than the mansion is fantastical, so I'll just assume it's a person, and lo and behold, it is a person. Wow, crazy. Obviously, the obvious person that everyone perceives as a horrible person is a horrible person. Okay, yeah. We'll see if part 3 gets more interesting. I guess we're just getting side stories that don't have any direct connection now. I think I'm also still on. We'll see if the interlude leads anywhere, but I'm currently of the opinion that the meta narrative is not significantly adding to this story. I'll give a good comparison. We'll compare with Umineko, because Umineko also has a meta story around its individual stories. There's 8 individual stories in Umineko. Sort of. There's 8 chapters. And then you have like you finish the first chapter, and then you get a bit of a meta story in the tea party between the first chapter and the second chapter. And I believe even from the very start, the meta narrative part is interesting. I'm not going to spoil anyone, but it's much more interesting from the first part. That said, it doesn't start with the meta stuff. It just brings you right into the first story. So, what I think, we should see if there's a little bit more meat here, right? This one started with us being in a random mansion, and then we went and opened a door and saw some stuff. And she's like, do you remember anything? Oh, you've lost your memories. Okay, you want to see door number 2? And we open door number 2, and we see door number 2, and it's this beast story. And now we're going to be traveling to a third door, and I'm hoping the third door reveals something interesting. Or, sorry, prior to the door opening, I'm hoping we get something interesting, because it feels like the game's connective tissue is not, like, particularly interesting. Like, okay, the story so far is, like, you are being escorted by an immortal maid who, like, oversees this mansion. It's like, I don't know, it gives people whatever they want, seemingly. I'm not sure what criteria of it's giving to who. Whoever's in charge of the mansion gets whatever they want. That seems to be the quality of it. So in the case of the beast, he wanted more people to show up at the mansion so he could murder them and eat them, and that's what happened repeatedly, and mountains and mountains of people. One of the people he didn't end up eating, but he kept summoning more people. He kept getting more people. It was like, good times. Okay. And he just goes in and kills them all, and you're like, okay, great. Presumably the other guy wished for some, like, wealth and fortune or something. I don't know. It's the guy who owned it. The guy who owned it died happy. And then the father literally never stayed at the mansion. So we don't know anything about what he was asking for. Like, is it trying to get us to be interested in, like, the actual properties of the mansion? Because, like, if we think of it, like, there's a decent number of horror movies that are, like, set in, like, a cursed mansion. And people kind of, like, seem like trying to figure out the properties of the cursed mansion. Some of those are kind of cool. I don't hate horror movies like that. I just don't think the first one, like, the first story didn't seem connected to the properties of the mansion in anything but the barest sense. Like, it all felt like complete coincidence. It all felt like complete coincidence. This one felt like people were actively, like, it was a little bit, I'd say it was like a little bit magical. Like, okay, the maid just appearing out of nowhere and existing to clean up the mansion. I guess that's magical, but, like, okay. And then, like, people get lured or disappear. Like, it could be magic, or it could just be he goes out and murders people and gets some food or whatever, like, right? Because he's also going out and hunting. He claims he's hunting deer or hare or whatever. He claims, but he's also a nut job that's obsessed with murdering people. So I don't even know if half the meat he's feeding people is other people or actually animals, right? And we shouldn't make that assumption, especially when he's killed so many people. He's killed and eaten so many people that we don't know if that's the case. So at that point, you're just like, okay, well, I don't know if the mansion's actually done anything magical other than have a maid that's kind of there. Oh, well. Door number 3, what year will it be? 1800? The light from the candle in the maid's hand was the only thing reflected in it. The maid herself did not appear. However, just as you were about to avert your eyes, you thought you caught a glimpse of white hair. Are we the person with white hair? Heard a voice echo in the darkness, and when you turned to face the mirror again, the glass was the color of obsidian, as if it had been painted over. The voice seemed to be coming from beyond the mirror. The maid did not turn back, evidently not having heard anything. can I... Save is down here. Save button. I don't know if it matters. The first choice didn't matter. Let's go be curious. You extend your hand towards the darkness overrunning the mirror. The second your hand brushed against the surface, the tips of your fingers sunk into it, and the next thing you realized, your whole world was sinking into darkness. You could hear a voice. I am the witch. Getting foggy. Like in my brain. Maybe we should take a little break. You want to keep going? Oh, alright then. Deep in the forest? Thank you very much. You must be tired after such a long journey. This is the mansion I'm looking for, yes? Could have said something. Oh well. I should get going, I guess. No one live here? But if that's the case, then why was I... A big door. It's open. Not locked, I guess. I wonder if the window's open. Yeah. Not a hint of light. Hello? Is anyone there? Please don't tell me it's actually abandoned. Suppose I can't know without looking around a bit more. What do we have here? Drapes? See a little bit of light beyond. Pretty. Like an angel? Oh, would someone cover this up? It's beautiful. With a little more light, it'd be... Please don't touch the drapes. Or the window. No? Sorry for coming in uninvited, but I did announce myself. Mansion? Is. Oh, thank goodness. I was afraid it was deserted. I suspect I would have preferred it if the house were abandoned. Oh, not at all. I would be scared to death staying in this dark mansion all by myself. Sorry. No ill will intended. But I do think it could do with some light. Oh, you can see where you're walking. I'm sure this room would look splendid illuminated. Not necessary. They do perfectly well as things are. When it's so dark. I have an abundance of candles and oil. I'm not in want of means getting light. Not your place to criticize my lifestyle. If you need light, you're free to leave. If you're in need of money, help yourself to some of the furniture. There's a village not far from here. Trade it for food, make your way to a larger town. No longer able to freely return to the city. I can't go back there. Please don't chase me out. And do you ask if this of me aware how people refer to this mansion? You say a witch lives here? Not merely a witch. First witch. If you remain here, you too shall likely suffer your own destruction. You're worried for my well-being. Which or not my mind is made up? Which will strike you first, I wonder? Regret or the curse? You need to be doing just fine. It's only a tale. The witch is real, very much so. Not a legend nor a fairy tale. Witch. The witch's name was Morgana. Is she? Was it now? This time around. The witch is me.